Okie dokie. I don't have a bot, so I have to do this manually. Bam. Bam. I need...
Uncle Phil, you got to kick that man's butt!
Hello, it's, thank you for the sub, Masses. I was just about to at you. Because I'm streaming. Hooray. I'll do the movie ones later. Okay. Then I'll click into the thing, and the audio will begin. Yes, we're going to continue as Loose Change. So, what is it we need to do? We gotta wait for the game to load, because it loves to load. I'm glad you liked the game enough to buy it for a friend. I'm sure they'd like it too. I'm interested in playing the game again as the archaeologist. Because it seems like there's a lot of stuff that you can know from being the Latin knowledged player. I just thought that being able to sprint faster would be useful, and to its credit, moving fast has been very good. It has allowed us to wait for the textures to load in. There we go. It has allowed us to steal a lot of money.
You carry the gift of Prometheus in your hand. Remarkable.
I need to rename the stream. I'm not streaming Aria of Sorrow. No. I'm streaming The Forgotten City. Bam. Even though the VOD is going to claim I played for Aria of Sorrow, because the VODs are dumb. Wow, look at this dude. Look at his foot.
Welcome, welcome. May I ask your name?
You first.
It is best you do not know my name, for merely to speak of my existence in the city above could bring destruction on you all. Tell me, what brings you all the way down here?
Let's say we're looking for Kabash.
Ah, Kabash. I know this man. He came through here some weeks ago. I will tell you everything I know, but first, a request. I have been living down here alone for many years, with nobody to talk to but myself. The one thing I long for above all else before I die is a good philosophical argument with somebody astute. I'm hoping that person is you. Let us find out with this simple question. Have you deduced the name of the god responsible for the Golden Rule?
So if this guy's been living here for several years, everybody else seems to have gotten here 7 months ago. because that's when the fires happened in Rome. Seems like the only person who didn't die in that circumstance was, Fabia. She died incidentally at the same time. But this guy's been down here longer. So here's Pluto. He might be Pluto even.
Excellent. I see you are indeed quite astute. Very few come to that realization before their time in the sun is over. Now, will you join me in a friendly Socratic dialogue?
I love Socratic Dialogue. I actually do. It's the best way to learn is the Socratic Dialogue. If you're a teacher, engage your class with asking and passing of questions. The younger students will not like this, but you can force them. Sounds easy enough.
Wonderful. Then let me begin with a question. Would you say you know the difference between right and wrong?
I'm not sure. It's a complex question.
You are an overthinker too. We're the same then. It is probably why I became a philosopher. But if you struggle with right and wrong normally, then down here with the golden rule, surely your struggle can only have become more difficult.
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, that's reassuring. And the truth is, you're not alone. You see, out there in the world, being uncertain about right and wrong was acceptable, because our mistakes rarely had consequences. So we would tell lies and bend rules and turn a blind eye and rationalize, and yet still find a way to think of ourselves as good people. But under the golden rule, morality matters. The slightest wrongdoing could result in a mass execution. So to navigate this maze, we would have to be certain about the difference between right and wrong. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, whose version of right and wrong?
That is an excellent question, and it leads directly to my next line of inquiry. So let me ask you this. Is there one system of morality which is always perfectly correct, which you could follow in every situation and always do the right thing?
Let me see if I can remember my Kant. This was stuff he wrote about a lot, but God, reading Kant is hard. Okay, thinking about this seriously, not just for the video game. Is there a system which allows you to be more correct morally in every situation? What was it that Kant called it, though? His situation of the... Oh yeah, the guy had problems, but he also had good ideas. Or at least important ideas. But my, because the first question we're asking here is there an absolute? Is there something that's always right and always wrong? And, clearly the answer is no, but we have to ask why it's no. For instance, murder is wrong, but if someone tries to kill you, does that allow you to try to kill them? I don't know. Is there one system of morality? See, this is a leading question, though, because if there is one leading system, and we say yes, the question begged to be to supply, right? So I don't think there is one.
Are you sure? Or is it possible that humans simply haven't figured out the right system yet?
Yeah, I don't think there's a such thing as a correct morality, because morality appears to always be relative. Except there's things that are always wrong, but are there things that are always right? There's the question.
So is it up to each of us to decide what right and wrong mean to us individually? Or must we simply follow the laws and customs of whichever community we're
Yeah, here's where I go to Thoreau. We have to decide for ourselves. He thought a lot about society and individuality and the meaning of like your own decisions. And he came to the decisions that nobody had it right, and you had to spend a long time figuring it out for yourself, because what worked for you was never going to work for someone else.
So if a man feels that stoning to death his unfaithful wife is right, then is it right?
But now he's bringing up the obvious flaw in our statement.
I agree. But why? Didn't you just say right and wrong depends on the individual?
Then he's confused or sick. That's not exactly how I would respond, but okay.
I see. So you get to decide right from wrong. The people who see things differently are not allowed. What makes you special?
Yeah, empathy. It's the cornerstone of human morality. That is basically true.
Empathy? The emotion? Let me ask you this. Imagine you were forced to...
He's got a trolley problem, my ass. You dumb bastard.
The death of two innocent strangers. Knowing there will be no legal consequences, who would you mark for death?
My spouse.
A high-minded ideal, but I'm not sure I believe that. Our empathy, like a siren song calling us away from our true path, would lure us toward the greater evil. Can such a beguiling thing be a reliable cornerstone for anything, let alone the perfect moral code?
Yeah, what's your point?
My point is this. I don't think anyone alive truly knows any hard and fast rules about right and wrong.
This is a dumb question. Yeah, fair point. This is also what I've been trying to say.
If there is one thing I have observed about rules, it is that virtuous people do not need them, and evil people will always find a way around them. And so we must accept our limitations, and the sad truth that no human society will ever achieve the utopia for which it strives. In mathematics, we would call it an asymptote, a line that can be approached.
This is a really hard word for me to say
Because
personally.
the only way to create a utopia is with the ever-present threat of force, such as the Golden Rule. This and no other is the root from which a tyrant springs when he first appears as a protector.
Although, at this time period...
Life under tyranny is no utopia at all.
In this time period, tyrant meant something different than it meant now. Okay, let's think about this. There is one way to approach a utopia without the ever-present force of violence, and that would be to remove the need of violence. Violence as a state force is usually used in the enforcement of property rights. That's what the police are for instance. But if a situation were developed from a society wherein no property no longer needed to be protected, then you would no longer need a state apparatus for violence. So you would remove the need for it from that. And that, in science fiction, this is called creating a post-scarcity society. In post-scarcity, it would mean that the means of production outweigh the costs of productions by such extent that everything essentially loses its value. Think of like Star Trek's replicators. Humans don't have an economy because everything is abundant, right? So that would be like how you would try to approach some kind of utopia without a state apparatus for violence. But let's see, a life under tyranny is no utopia at all. Let's think about that. I am I'm inclined to agree, but only in the authoritarian sense. In the practical sense, it is probably the closest that society could come to it. But we'll agree for now.
I'm glad to hear that. In any case, thank you for humoring an old man. I would be happy to answer your questions.
A tyrant was it was a political position. It's where in the Republic period of Rome, whenever a war would spin up, this would happen. This was a Greek thing that the Romans copied, like everything. In times of war, they would elect a tyrant or choose a tyrant who would manage situations, and then once the period of strife was over, they'd go away. As you might expect, that kind of system didn't last forever, because obviously people who were given power were not completely liable to give it up, and that's where tyrant and tyranny, as its first instance, kind of faded away and became the word as we know it. Also, Virgil, like a regent, and dictator, they're all very simple. I think tyrant was the Greek term for it, but a tyrant a tyrant was just like a ruler rather than, a tyrant. Virgil is a very good guess for who this guy is. What do you think of the Golden Rule, stranger?
Did we not discuss it at length already? Oh, I see. You're toying with me. Ha.
Well, I wanted you to succinctly sum up your whole tyranny, utopia under tyranny is no utopia at all thing, but what's your story?
You mean, how did I end up living alone in this cave with nothing but these relics of the past for company? It's a long story.
I'm listening.
I was a quarrelsome young man. At 19, I left Corinth for Rome to study rhetoric at one of her finest academies, so I could argue more forcefully. Back then, I used to enjoy verbally sparring with everyone I could, and I was good. One night, I found myself in a tavern in an argument with a drunken mercenary. It became heated. He drew a Galerius, and I won the argument, but lost my life. I woke up on the banks of the Styx at a campfire opposite Karen. Of course, I tried to persuade her to let me return, but even with all my skill, I failed. I settled in, made friends, and learned what I could, quickly realizing our little community faced certain death under the Golden Rule. So I began looking for a place to hide underground. Fortunately, I found this place waiting for me. You see, I was not the first to take refuge here. I returned to my friends above, persuaded them to join me, and 12 of us descended for the last time to live out our days hidden from Hades' tyranny. They are one and the same. The Romans call him Pluto, but long before that, my people called him Hades.
Yeah, so this guy's a Greek who went to Rome.
My generation was wiped out, turned to gold, many years ago. My friends and I were able to avoid the same fate by hiding down here. I think it's safest to assume that if I was to return, Hades would realize that his furies hadn't finished the job, and he'd send them after me again. I fear that if you were to utter my name in the city, even by mistake, that Hades would hear you and know I am still alive.
Where's everybody else?
I'm afraid I am the only one left. There were 12 of us in the beginning, but one by one, my friends passed away. Some from malnutrition, others from madness and despair. It has been lonely. Before my unexpected visit from Kabash some weeks ago, I'd not seen another person in many, many years.
Yeah, how have you survived down here? Yeah, 12 disciples. Yeah, this guy's Jesus.
Living in darkness is not without its challenges. The first challenge is diet. Fortunately, I found that eating fresh fish provides most of the nutrients I need. And sometimes, when there are Greek people living up above, I surface at night and salvage the offerings they've left in the temple of Demeter. The greater challenge is the isolation. So I like to imagine arguments, where I argue both sides. But, like so many things in life, arguments are better with a partner. As you wish.
Okay, let's talk about... do you know a way out of here?
Huh. If I did, would I be living like this?
Where can I find Kabash?
I will tell you, but you may find him hostile. To prepare for your encounter, there are certain things you must know. Very few know this, but before the Romans came to this city, it was once entirely Greek. The architecture, the temples, and the people. When the Romans came, in typical fashion, they claimed it as their own, built over everything that could be built over, and renamed the things that could not. Thus, the Shrine of Persephone became the Shrine of Proserpine. And when they found an obelisk bearing the name Hades, they tore it off and replaced it with Pluto instead. And the city's dwindling Greek residents, witnessing this compulsive Roman conquest, decided to preserve what they could of their heritage. They gathered their art and valuables, secreted them away through the Temple of Demeter, and hid them here, out of reach of the Romans. However, there was one thing that always seemed out of place to me, and it is the very thing.
I think he meant secreted and not secreted.
Plaque bearing an Egyptian inscription. We had no idea until years later, when the first of my friends began to die. As a result of their deaths, we began to dig catacombs branching off from this cavern to lay them to rest. We extended the tunnel so far that we accidentally discovered another, an even older tunnel, which somebody had gone to great lengths to keep hidden. Suddenly it made sense why there was an out-of-place Egyptian plaque among our people's possessions. You see, we proud Greeks had thought the Romans beasts for stealing and corrupting our heritage. But it turns out this game has been going on much longer than any of us imagined. I think it is best you head through the catacombs and follow Kabash's trail.
Oh, what is the alligator-headed god's name? Is it Mott? Is that who we're going to find down there? Set. Yeah, Mott is the woman. It's Set. I'm much rustier with my Egypts. So there's, yeah, Sebek might have the because Osiris is the bird, and what's the jackal? Anubis, yeah, Sobek. I thought Sobek was one of the gods of death, or is he one of the gods of? I don't remember. My Egyptian lore is much weaker than others.
There are certain things you must see for yourself. Take this key. You'll need it to open the gate.
I got a key.
I enjoyed our chat, but please, keep my presence here a secret. Yes.
Wait. If, hold on, I have to see something. Okay, is Hades... Can Hades not see down here?
Not this again.
Huh. Okay, yeah, the gods can't see us down here. Yeah, down in the Sin Cave, nobody can kill us or stop us here. Although, I used the wrong bow. I want to use my killing bow.
This again.
Yeah, because if I use my killing bow... Ah, he doesn't have any items on him. You can loot the dead. You cannot loot statues. Okay.
Ah, you've returned.
Is there anything in the water? This water's not very deep. I think it would be deeper considering how low in the ground we are. Oh, thank God. I can use 1, 2, and 3 to choose. Okay, 1 is put away. 2 is flashlight. 3 is killing bow. 4 is golden bow. Okay. I was using the mouse wheel, but the mouse wheel is bad. They got little niches down here for the corpses. There's gonna be some Draugr down here. A little Skyrim reference for everybody at home. We can go up. Got a cup. We got some aqueducts. Somebody's turned to gold. Hold on. Who are you? So it's possible to be gilded here. Egyptian board game. A barred from the other side. Egyptian pillar. Yeah, in the Greek and Rome themed areas, I could pull my own weight in terms of goings on and happenings, but here in the Egyptian zone, I'm going to be less useful. Oh, these statues aren't turning to look at me. Yeah, definitely use the gold bow. Okay. Good thing zombies are pretty slow. Ah. So we've got an ancient. Here's Anubis. So maybe Pluto's been at this game for longer, indeed. Let's do a radical jump. Ugh. Although if our friend Kabosh got down here, how would he have lived through all of this? I guess if he has just a weapon, a weapon works, but everybody threw their weapons into... Yeah, here's some tools. That's an odds. You've got an axe. Don't know what that is. Cow tools. I'm kind of looking around because I don't want to miss anything cool, you know. But it appears as though I've done all that can be cooled. Can look for movement among the skeletons. Yeah, cow is definitely an ancient and important civilization. Where are you at, zombies? Oh, there's Kabosh. And there is a ram-headed god.
Stop. Do not come any closer. Who are you?
I'm Loose Change. Who are you? I was like, he does have a bow.
I am Kabosh. And let me guess. Another Greek or Roman come to loot and plunder the resting place of my ancestors,
Do I look Greek or Roman to you?
Trousers, boots, curious here. No, I suppose you do not. Then what do you want?
The gold bow kills the zombies too. Both bows seem to work. I'm looking for an Egyptian plaque.
To what end?
I want to return it to the obelisk.
That is welcome news. You really are not Greek or Roman, are you? I was planning to return it myself, but for now, I must remain. Here, take it and restore the honor of Osiris.
Osiris, Lord of Silence. Okay. That was a little too easy.
Now, as for the other plaque.
You know about the fourth plaque?
Indeed, I have it right here. I stumbled across a collection of dusty curiosities while searching for a place to hide from the hungry children of Amit, and there it was.
Amit. Does Amit have a gator head too?
You may not. In fact, I am about to destroy it. Because it speaks a treacherous, blasphemous lie.
How so?
I will tell you, but first, do you know what this place is?
The Egyptian Underworld?
It has a name, and that is the Duat. See what has become of it. I have been down here for weeks, piecing together its story, and here is what I have learned. As Egypt declined and the Greeks had their turn to flourish, their souls came here in great numbers. But instead of adopting our ways, they copied and corrupted them. When they found the obelisk bearing the name Osiris, the true god of the underworld, they desecrated it removing his name and replacing it with Hades. Even the ferryman of the dead, known to my people long before as Kerti, they renamed to Keron. As if that desecration was not enough, they built over this place, using it as the foundation for their own underworld, so that ours was forgotten. My only solace is that the Greeks then suffered the same fate when the Romans rose to power, renaming Hades to Pluto, and the cycle began anew.
So what's the problem with this? This plaque's going to be older than the Egyptians, right?
It is inscribed with a script I do not recognize, but it is ancient, almost as if it is older than the plaque bearing Osiris's name. But if that is so, it would imply the gods of Egypt are mere imitations too, copied and corrupted from an ancient people who prospered even before us, and that my people did to them what the Greeks and Romans did to us.
Am I going to have to rock the kibosh
I
to get
cannot
this plaque
accept.
from him after helping him?
I sense a deception. Perhaps it is the work of Set, the usurper, seeking to undermine Osiris once more.
What does the inscription say?
You will never know. This work of sacrilege must be destroyed, thrown into the black abyss below in Osiris's name.
Please don't.
You are too late. It is done.
Now I'm going to have to go in after it.
You would plunge into the depths of the Duat with no way back up. Madness.
I will see. First, I have some questions for you. Yeah.
If it will help you to see reason, then ask.
What's your story, Kibosh?
I am from Rakotis, which you may know as Alexandria, the name of the city the Greeks built over it. I was a fisherman, like my father before me. Since the Romans had taken over from the Greeks, I took the opportunity to learn Latin and eventually traveled to Rome. When the fires broke out last year, I tried to help. I gathered terrified locals into my boat and led many of them to safety farther along the Tiber. On my 7th trip, a passenger demanded I wait for his brother. But we were full to almost sinking, and smoke was all around us. I told him his brother would have to save himself, and he tried to bribe me by placing a coin into my hand. When I refused, he drew a dagger and thrust it between my ribs. I awoke on the banks of the river to a stranger wearing a ram headdress. He said his name was Kerti, and at the time, I simply thought him odd. It did not dawn on me until much later that he was the Kerti, the ram-headed ferryman described in the Book of the Dead.
Do you know a way out of here?
This is where I belong, as caretaker of the memories of my people. If our ways are to be remembered, it falls to me.
This guy's got a bit of a savior complex, huh? What do you think of the Golden Rule?
I think if someone is to break the Golden Rule, it will not be me. For I try to live as I always have by the command of the goddess Ma'at. Do to the doer to make him do. As for the punishment that will come from it, I finally understand why it has long been said among my people that gold is the skin of the gods.
What do you think is down there?
I do not know. What could possibly lie beneath the underworld? Perhaps it is infinite darkness. Perhaps it is the lair of Amit, the devourer of souls. All I know is it would be unwise to venture down there.
That just makes me want to go down there even more. There might be treasure.
Is everyone so contrary where you are from? Do not even consider it.
I'll be going now.
Be gone from this place. Wait. You are planning to go down there. I see it in your eyes.
Definitely.
You would plunge into the depths of the Duat with no way back up. Madness. We shall see.
If I had shot him on accident, just to get the tablet, that probably would have worked out well. Actually, I want to see something. I'll pull out my killing bow.
You are still here.
Okay, I can't make fire arrows. Woo! It's Sumerian. It's Nurgle. I know Nurgle. Although, was Sumer really that... I guess Sumer was before dynastic Egypt, but it wasn't before Egypt. They were roughly contemporaneous, weren't they? Although, like, the third dynasty was way after, which that might be where all of that stuff's from. Kamut Tabal, who Rufius saw when they awoke by the river. Yeah, Rufius mentioned it. That's how we able to know. This is the Zoroastrianism stuff thing. I forget what it's called. Maybe we'll see my favorite Sumerian demon, Pazuzu. Do you like Pazuzu because of that one episode of Futurama, or because of The Exorcist? Although they mostly mention Pazuzu in The Exorcist 2, which nobody likes that movie because it's very bad. There's a giraffe. Oh, there's a big boulder. Also an invisible wall. Somebody got Indiana Jones'd. Mystic Quest. Okay, so the ancient Sumerian religion predates Egypt. Okay. Stranger, heed the final words of Namkuzu. Bear witness to our aftermath and lament us. We did our best to live as the gods commanded. We planted and harvested together. We shared bread and beer. We accepted the newcomers with open arms as a family. But with each newcomer, the bonds of our family strained, and soon we were as strangers to each other. And when those bonds were finally broken, my brothers and sisters planted only for themselves and ate and drank alone. And it was there, in the empty place between us, that the sin took root. Nurgle's sentinels have awoken and clamor at our barricades. Learn from our miss. Are there more skeletons down here? There's an invisible wall. By persona, I'm sure you mean Igmar Bergman's persona, right? I now see why there was an invisible wall there. Is the water level rising? I don't think so. Can I make that happen again? Was I forced to do that? Can I actually go here? Nope, there's spikes. Can't go across spikes. Another invisible wall. Just have to disarm these traps so that future people will not be trapped.
When I told you that you would not find a way back up, that was not a prediction. That was a promise. You will die here.
There's no need for this to end in violence, Kabosh.
I disagree. I warned you against coming down here, against perpetuating this sacrilege, but you persisted. You have undermined and dishonored the true god of the underworld. How did you think this would end, if not with bloodshed?
Just hear me out. Come on, man.
Very well, I will listen. But if I sense deception, or if you further insult my gods, I will carry out my threat. So tell me, why should I let you live after you salvaged this instrument of blasphemy?
Okay. Let's just go with the honest one here.
Why? To what end?
Yeah, I'm hoping it'll earn me an audience with the god of the underworld.
But why? What business could you have with Osiris?
I'm going to kill him! I'm going to confront him about the golden rule.
Blasphemous fool! You have sealed your own fate.
Yeah, if you attack me, you'll break the golden rule.
Good. I welcome it. You see, the philosopher told me that each time it breaks, Osiris bellows with rage, and his voice shakes the very foundations of the earth. I can only hope one more tremor will lay waste to this fragile place once and for all, and you along with it.
The many shall suffer.
Oh, fuck!
The sins of the one.
I died! No! I kind of got Okay, we're gonna try that again.
When I told that you...
We're gonna
What?
say the same things as we did,
But
I'm going to kill him.
blasphemous, you have sealed...
Do your worst!
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Oh. That didn't work. I thought they were going to go down. Okay, let's kill him. I thought that obvious trap would go down the stairs and help me, but it went the other way.
When you... Do not be a fool. I have the...
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Oh, the water's rising. Whoop, 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 woo! Oh, where did Kabosh go? Oh. Now we gotta get to the Shrine of Persephone now. Well, maybe I can hang out here until my health regens. Although, where's the Greek dude at? Isn't this how I get behind the Shrine of Demeter? Uploading. Yeah, we're in a Metroid escape sequence. So really, what I should have done is killed Kabosh when I first saw him. That's fine. We got the tablet, which is all we needed. Loading in. Just throw in another one of these. Hold up, everybody. I'm running. The game is not running very well. Okay, fine. Okay. So here we go. We got one of the plaques. So we've got the Egyptian plaque, and we've got the Greek plaque. So really, the only plaque we have left is, let's take a look. Egyptian plaque, Sumerian plaque, Roman plaque with Pluto. Nergal. So now we need the Greek one. So we need the key from I need more evidence linking Malleolus to the name Quinticius. Finishing act. Ask Dooley about the Greek plaque, yeah. Galerius said if Malleolus drops out, he'll nominate himself. Okay, so what... We accomplished this. Collect all floors stolen. Point of origin, create a time. So we need to do this one. We need to dig up some dirt on Malleolus.
Salve, friend. Mind telling...
I'm a little busy right now.
Right.
Goodbye, Galerius. So, we just need to... Yeah, we need to dig up some dirt on Malleolus. We gotta prove he's Quinticius somehow. And my first instinct is to talk to his wife. Let's see what this awful woman has to say.
Oh, you're here. There's something. Why? Just because I'm a woman? Let's just forget.
Okay, she doesn't have anything.
All right.
She doesn't have anything more. Okay. I could just insult her. What if I gave Galerius just a ton of money? Would that work?
Cerberus lifts his triple head and lets out his threefold praying.
So I might want to talk to Cynthius. Or I might just want to go to...
Keep an eye out for Centilla, would you?
Let's see what you have to say.
What is it, citizen?
Nothing new. Let's see if Dominitus, does he have anything more to say?
Malleolus isn't receiving visitors at the moment, it being election day.
I need to speak with Ulpius.
He's not here. Dunno. The little Capet murder escaped earlier this morning while I was taking Yulia to the clinic. He can't have gone far. Tell him the punishment he gets for coming back on his own won't be as bad as if I have to go looking for him. She's not. Had to carry her to Lucretia's clinic. What?
So let's just talk to people.
Ave.
Do you have anything new to say?
A new face. I beg your pardon. Oh my. That is quite a lot to take in. You'll have to give me a moment. Let's see. If that is indeed the case, I suppose we'd better figure out what to do about it, hadn't we? We don't have much to go on, except the old story. Hercules.
Yeah.
And so...
Okay, that's all you had to say. Okay. Is there anybody up here? Nope. Okay. Woo! I can talk to Cynthius about it.
Fear is proof of a degenerate.
Duly, I think we have to get Galerius elected before Dooley will be let out of jail. So I think that's how we get the Greek plaque. Which means I need to find some dirt on Malleolus.
We're finally alone. Seems rather brash.
I'd like you to release Dooley.
You mean Duilius? Releasing him is out of the question, I'm afraid. That man is a liability we simply cannot afford. Perhaps you're not aware he was caught multiple times, sneaking around in places he should not have been.
What exactly did he do?
Look, I can see where you're going with this. You think me cruel. I assure you that is not the case. You may not be aware of this, but it was not so long ago, during the Republic, the law of the 12 Tables would have required that he be killed as soon as he was born, owing to his deformities. Here we see to it that he has food, water, and a privilege that would be taken away from. The man has no self-discipline, poor comprehension of what is going on around. I will not jeopardize the lives of my people so that one man can... I think it's best if I hang on to it.
Why?
You mean to ask, why am I unwilling to trust a newly arrived non-citizen with access to our water supply, the lifeblood of this city? I'm sorry, but that is simply out of the question.
Fair enough.
Thank you.
So in this timeline, we haven't found out that...
If you're snooping around in my possessions, you're wasting your time.
That Cynthius is a bad guy. That seems fake. That was probably a letter he wrote to himself.
Whatever are you wearing?
Okie dokie. I always get in this courtyard when it's not the place to go.
I hope you have...
On your best behavior, I trust.
So it seems like the place to go for Malleolus would be to Malleolus's estate.
Thank you.
And since he's not giving us anything more, perhaps his wife will.
Deeply honored to have been
So let's talk to Dooley. Yes, Claudia is not having good times.
You're not supposed to be in here.
Can we talk?
Talk? What business could you possibly have with me?
Why are you locked in this room?
My marital affairs are no concern of yours. Thank you very much.
What's your story?
I think a better question is, why am I being interrogated by a stranger who just barged into my villa? I have quite enough marriage trouble already, without having to explain to my husband why I'm receiving strange women in private.
Do you know a way out of here?
Preferably the way you came in, by which I mean, please leave.
Okay, what do you think about the golden rule?
I think it's about to be broken if you don't hurry up and leave.
Uh-huh. What do you know about Scintilla's disappearance?
The dainty little thing from next door. Of course not. As much as I despise her father, I would never lay a finger on that poor, sweet child.
I think you're hiding something.
Well, I've had quite enough of this. Domitius, come quickly.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
I mean, I wasn't going to do that until she accused me of robbing her. The moment she accused me of being a thief, it's like, well, may as well get the benefit of being a thief while also being named one, you know, right? Although I don't... Okay, so Malleolus locked his wife up. I got shot in the back. Hurry it up. Hurry it up, Cynthius. There we go. Yeah, double jeopardy rules. I mean, if I'm going to be accused of robbery, may as well you get the benefit of robbing. Hey, Galerius.
Salvador. Oh.
I just got shot in the back. It's fine. My Halo bar will be regenerated soon.
You, Sisyphus, attack or pursue the
Alright, back we go again. Back at it again.
Behavior, I trust.
So let's try talking to Malleolus.
Domitius doesn't usually let anyone in here without a hefty tribute.
Uh-huh. How are you going?
I try.
Okay. So he doesn't have anything to say about his wife being locked up.
I'm not supposed to be. I should hope so. This is outrageous.
Is there any dirt in here for me to pick up? Nope, just an ink jar. And money.
Why are you still...
How would you like some help getting back at Malleolus?
An intriguing proposition. Go on.
I don't think Malleolus is who he says he is. Okay, it's weird that I was allowed to say this without any prompt at all. If she had said, like, oh, I'm so mad at Malleolus for locking me up, then maybe this would be a little more natural.
Perhaps you're not as silly as those clothes make you look. What makes you say that? You know, I may have...
You know, I actually have the bounty for him, so I have evidence.
Some time ago, when he still cared for me, he wrote me a love letter. Only, he used the wrong name. Now, addressing one's wife by the wrong name is not unheard of among philandering Romans. But in this case, the name he got wrong was his own. I confronted him about it. and he stammered through some incoherent response. I let it go, eventually, and yet questions have lingered in the back of my mind ever since. But wait a minute. Why exactly are you helping me?
We women have to stick together.
I couldn't agree more. One hand washes the other, as they say. It seems our interests are aligned. I imagine knowing his true identity will give me the leverage I need to manage him appropriately. But first, I need you to do something for me.
Should I kill him?
I want you to bring me some wine. Just one small urn.
Oh, I have a lot of wine.
Oh, don't look at me like that. I know this must be hard for you to wrap your sweet little pleb head around. So what do you need me to spell out?
Why do you want wine?
Let me tell you something about Malleolus. He talks a lot about freedom, but what he doesn't tell you is that he means freedom for men. After all I've done for him, counselling him through his entire election campaign, and he had the audacity to lock me in here. He said it was for my own good, and that my drinking was unbecoming of a lady, let alone the wife of a magistrate. I'll show him unbecoming. Tonight, at his victory party, I'm going to get good and merry. And if he tries to discipline me again, I'll threaten to expose his true identity in front of everyone.
Fuck him up.
I am so looking forward to it. So, you'll help me?
I think I need to reset the timeline, maybe. Because I might need to do this after setting up Galerius to help. Okay. Yeah, there it is. Quinctius.
Now, perhaps you can tell me who Quinctius really is.
Yeah, according to this bounty letter from Emperor Nero, he's the person who started the fires in Rome last year.
What? He's... Oh no. That's... quite a lot more serious than I imagined. I only wanted some leverage over him, not to destroy him. Give me that immediately. Nobody else must know.
Sure, you can have this one. I can always get another copy.
Another copy? No. This can't be happening. What? No. You tricked me. You mendacious...
Nobody will ever know! I didn't lie to you.
It was a lie of a mission. You were planning this all along and you deliberately concealed it. May Jupiter cut you down.
I'll be going now.
Curse you. I curse your life and mind and memory. May you be unable to walk or eat or drink. May this drag you to the depths.
Okay. At least she likes her husband. So, we're getting things setting up for the end game. So what I'm going to do is we're going to make a new save. And we're going to do a different quest. We're going to find out what happened to Scintilla. We did this before.
Hey, you're not thinking about going into the cistern, are you? Nobody's so one said anyway. So and look. What? Good idea.
Yeah, we're gonna... Yeah, cursing isn't against the rules. No, cursing is fine. So we're gonna show up this... We're gonna find Scintilla. Let's see if Killing Bow works. Yeah, Killing Bow works just fine. just fell off there. So we're gonna go up here and we're gonna unlock the scintilla ending. So that we can know we have to bring everybody up here.
You. Do you know you? I'm Scintilla. I found a way out through the gate of horn, but it's locked.
Yep.
So I can't.
And we've seen all of this before.
Or until we're turned to gold. He's a monster. You have to let me go so we can kill him. Sentius, my adoptive father. Behind me, there's an aqueduct tunnel bringing water from out. The only problem is it's barred by a head. I'm going to take that key from around his neck, even if it means cutting his throat to get it. I'm done caring about the golden rule. There won't be enough time. Just...
What if I round everybody up so that when they're ready to escape once the golden rule is broken?
There's no time. Wait, did you... What? No, you can't just leave me here. How can you be so heartless?
Yeah, not heartless, just rational. Yeah.
I hate you. I spit on you. I hope Dis drags you to Tartarus.
Okay. So we're being cursed by everybody this time around. What's another woman that could curse me? So that played out a little differently than it did last time. Last time I got an ending because Cersei is of the cursing sort. Okay, can't get up here. Is there anything else down here? I forget what's over here. I think it's just treasure, but I'll take a gander at what it is. Yeah, it's just money, worthless gold, or even less. It's not even worthless gold. It's worthless silver. Alright, so let's get out of here, and let's talk to Sentius about it. Oh yeah.
So you survived the system. Probably just a stroke of fortuna. Don't get cocky.
So I don't know how much I should reveal to Sentius about what I know, but that's what saving is for.
We're finally alone. Is that?
I know what you did to Scintilla.
Me? What are you talking about?
You're keeping her tied up in the cistern.
You know, you remind me of him. Al Worth. The fellow who came through the portal before you.
You remember him?
Come now. Surely you didn't think you were the only one here who remembered everything. You see, my connection to the portal somehow preserves my memories from one loop to the next. Whether that was Proserpina's intention or a happy accident, I'll never know. But I'm surprised you hadn't noticed. Here I was thinking you were a little bit sharper than Al was. Or perhaps you're just more willing to break the rules. He was a moralistic fellow, never once compromised on his principles. And because of that fatal flaw, he relived this day many thousands of times before we finally had this conversation. I watched him come through the portal each time, always a little older, a little more disheveled, a little more haunted. And when he finally saw the futility of it all, as you're about to, it broke him. He drank a jug of wine, tied a noose around his neck, and took his own life, just before he was shot with a golden arrow. The next time I awoke, you showed up, but you've caught up to where he was so quickly. I mean, you've lived through the day, what, less than 15 times? Impressive. And yet everything you've done has been in vain, because there's no escape, except the path that Al took, the path he wrote about on his tablet. What was it? Ah, yes. Best to take your own life now. So, you discovered my secret. So what? What are you going to do about it?
You knew there was a way out and even locked up your own daughter to keep it a secret. Because he's immortal.
Why? Isn't it obvious? Because I have grown
Yeah, we've seen this before.
As long as this day keeps repeating itself, I have found a way to prolong my life indefinitely, to cheat death. I have become, in effect, as immortal as the gods. And why would I agree to that?
This isn't over. What's to stop me from taking it by force? Except,
The only way you're getting this key is over my dead body. And if I die, I won't be able to open the portal for you again, meaning you'll have created a paradox.
Uh-huh.
You see, it was my actions that brought you to this point in time. So if you kill me, you'll stop me from doing so. And you being here will be an impossible. That means if I die, you'll be flung back to your original time, having caused the deaths of everyone here.
yeah, you might have an upright. We've actually done that before.
You might want to think that through. If anyone so much as touches me, everyone dies. I certainly hope not. In fact, I want it to go on and on forever until you wither and die like Al did, and the gods send yet another useful idiot to extend my life for me. What are you going to do? Beg the gods for help? They don't care about you, and neither do I. Now, get out of my villa. I'm bored with you. I thought I told you to get out of my...
Yeah, do I want to keep this timeline?
I thought I told you to get...
Yeah, he's being shitty.
Don't be so foolish. You see, that... Now...
The many shall suffer.
Yeah. Now we're gonna do this. Let's see what happens when I tell her sister, Scintilla Major, about it. Loading. Loading. Because I think we have 2 more endings to get. That's what the branching path thing on the end screen seems to indicate. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, I wish I... Oh. Yeah.
Okay, so I can't. Let's look at our... Yeah, we found... So let's keep... We're keeping Quintius in... We're keeping Quintius in, Okay, so we need to, I need to reset time.
All weapons are to be tossed.
So you survived the system.
So I need to reset time, which means I may as well do a money run, you know? Not that money has any use.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
There we go. Woo! Woo!
Follow me, quickly.
There we go. So now what we're going to do is we're going to make Galerius the most popular guy in town.
Salve, friend. Mind telling me who you are and what you're doing with that bow on your back?
Oh. I need you to quietly get everyone except Cynthius ready to run into the upper cistern when the ground starts to rumble.
What? That's a big ask. But something tells me you're not kidding. All right, I'm gonna stick my neck out and believe you. But I doubt I'll be able to gather more than a handful of people.
So let's watch Galerius. We're going to see how this plays out. I'm thinking this is going to...
Sisyphus, attack or pursue the stone that always returns.
So this is going to be the ending where Galerius and anybody who will believe Galerius... Yeah, we're going to do that next, Kaz. But I think that's going to be the true ending. This ending is going to be Galerius and whoever believes Galerius will exit the cistern with us as we get Scintilla to kill Cynthius. Is he waiting?
Salve.
Is he waiting for somebody's schedule to line up? Can I kill a bird? No, he's just hanging out. Okay, there's not going to be a, I don't think Galerius is going to be running around town solving everybody's problems.
Hey, you're not thinking about going into the cistern, are you?
So let's just get our ending.
What?
That's a bit of a shame. I would have liked... They did go through a lot of effort to make Galerius going around solving everybody's problems. Maybe it would have been too much to have him also go around trying to get people to come up here with us. dokie. Okay.
You. What? God, am I going out of my mind? Are you going to let me go or not?
I've told Galerius to lead everybody here when the golden rule is broken so they can escape too.
How did you know? Wait, did you hear that? He's here. He must be coming in through the door behind me. You distract him. Stay right here and keep him talking while I look for something I can use.
I can just shoot him. Although, really, how does Cynthius get up there when that's the exit?
What did you do with Scintilla? Where is she?
You're human garbage, you know that.
So that is how it's going to be. Oh well, this doesn't change anything for me. It's a shame, really. If you'd just done what you were supposed to, you'd have been looping through time forever until you gave up and killed yourself. Just like that soft-hearted pleb Al. Come now.
Yeah, we're gonna get this again.
And wait, I'd have almost... I should... In any better tool. So, you've discovered my secret. So what? What are you going to do about it? Do you really think you can take on a Decurion with that flimsy...
I mean, you're not wearing a helmet.
Who? Scintilla? Where is she?
I'm right here, Father.
Yeah! I shouldn't have oiled my armor with pine resin!
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Come on! We have to go. The others should be right behind us. Hey! What's happening to you? That light, it's so bright.
And now the jet noises happen. Yes. He goes up like a witch, you know? He goes up like a bundle of straw. Just something about being a Decurion makes you like highly flammable.
Hi there. Gave me a bit of a fray. Thought I was in here alone. I'm Al.
Alworth, I came in here to find you.
Well, here I am. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Yeah, I'm Loose Change. I was hoping you'd know who I am. I'm kind of a big deal.
Funny you should ask. I was just reading an old tablet I found here. Well, trying. My Latin is kind of rusty, but the last entry mentioned someone with the same name. It described an event about 2,000 years ago. Someone with your name appeared in the city out of the shrine of Proserpina. Freed an imprisoned woman named Scintilla, who then murdered her captor, breaking some kind of ancient law. It said the attack caused golden statues to come alive, hunting down everyone in the city and turning them into gold. Apparently, Scintilla and a handful of other citizens managed to escape, while the stranger disappeared in a flash of light.
Weird. That definitely wasn't me.
I didn't for one moment think it was, but the way you say that makes me wonder. I mean, how many people with that name could there be in this place? I don't understand how you could have been here 2,000 years ago.
Yeah. I can't continue to lie, apparently. I still have your suicide note.
Let me see that. God, why does this writing look so familiar? I've spent a lifetime in this place going around and around.
Yeah, we've seen this before.
This is...
I've changed that past and your fate.
I'm not following.
The time travel plot.
So you're saying, because a man from 2,000 years ago is dead, he never created a time portal, so I never went through it, and that's why I don't...
Yeah, Al is fucking game.
I guess you saved my life then, as well as helping a bunch of others to escape. That's a lot to take in. Maybe we can escape through the same aqueduct Scintilla used, if we can find it.
That's right through here. Although, how far through here can I go? Ah, vines. Nature's walls. And I don't have my bow or anything. What do I have in my inventory? Nothing. Okay. Exit through the aqueduct. And we've seen this before in the other ending. This ending is not that different from...
I'm going to pause here for a moment and make sure nobody else has ever lured into this temple.
Alright.
You go on ahead. Nope.
How did, yeah, this is not going to work, Al. But, where'd you get a hammer from? Better to collapse the entrance than to try to nail it shut. Woo! You can kind of bunny hop.
You're back. But you're alone. Does that mean you didn't find Al?
Nope, we found him.
Oh, what a relief. Thank you so much. I was beginning to think you'd both become trapped in there.
Bug.
Why don't you tell me what you discovered while we wait?
You're Karen, or Kerty.
Ah. Now you know. I suppose you have questions. You can just call me Carol if you like. I am sorry I was not completely honest with you when we first met. I do not enjoy deceiving people. Believe me, I do not. But I have learned, from 5,000 years of experience, that most people find comfort in familiarity, in gradual change, and coming to see the truth in their own time. That you died, of course. You were dead when I brought you here.
Yeah, we knew that.
My role, as the servant of the god of the underworld, has always been to assist the chosen to cross the threshold from the land of the living to the land of the dead.
How did I die?
Usually, when people do not remember how they died, it is because they suffered a terrible trauma. Most souls would rather not remember.
Tell me how I died.
Ask yourself honestly, do you really want to know?
Yes.
As you wish. You were murdered. You were falsely accused of a terrible crime, and fled into the wild to evade your accusers. On your final night, you were offered sanctuary in the cottage of a stranger who gave you food and money, including, by accident, a coin of ancient origin. Unfortunately, you were apprehended and attacked by authorities.
The cops killed
Your
us.
host leapt to your aid. You both fought bravely, but your assailants were armed, and you were not. There was nothing you or your ally could have done.
Man, who is this?
He died instantly at the scene, and you followed a few hours.
Who is this person who...
That man's name
Oh, Al.
was Al Worth. You were each in possession of a secret.
Yeah, Al is fucking ride or die.
By some. And so it was my duty to bring you here.
Yeah, why was Al so willing to fucking go to bat for just somebody he met? Was I hot? Is that it? Was I a hot lady?
Perhaps you have heard the tales of the Greeks and Romans bearing their dead with a coin in their mouths to pay the ferryman for passage across the river. Well, those stories contained a seed of truth.
Yeah.
A long time ago, my master created 1,000 silver coins and had me distribute them across the world. My orders were simple. Whenever a person died in possession of a coin, I was to locate them and ferry them here.
How long do those coins stay in circulation? It seems like that eventually they would be collected or melted down or end up in amassed in the collections of numismatists or just abandoned and lost in the dirt. Do you make sure there's always 1,000 circulating coins, or do the coins have like a mystical one ring ability to always be circulated, or what?
That is a question you would have to ask him, if that were still possible. In light of the path you have chosen, I am just his servant, doing his bidding. Only now, I find myself bereft of purpose. You see,
here we go.
the coins on you and Al were the last of the 1,000 in existence. There is nobody else to ferry here. Nobody to keep you company. After 5,000 years, the underworld has finally run its course.
Can we live?
I see no point in keeping you here. But I have to ask one thing. That you keep this to yourself.
Look! Here comes Al now. Al! It's so good to see you. You were gone so long I thought I'd never see you again.
Kinda lost track of time in there. You wouldn't believe what we found. The ruins of a long-forgotten city. And there was a tablet describing an event 2,000 years ago. Supposedly, the city was destroyed when a woman murdered a tyrant with the help of, well, my new friend here. I know how crazy that sounds.
Maybe not that crazy. That woman. I don't suppose her name was... Scintilla?
How could you... What?
She left a tablet of her own. I stumbled across it while I was waiting here. I think she meant for you to read it. Here, take a look.
Okay, this might be different than it was last time. Who all escaped?
I don't know what became of you, or if you'll ever read this. But Octavia, Lucretia, Horatius, Equitia, and I will never forget you, or what you did for us. It pains us that so many of our dear friends were not so fortunate, including Ulpius and Galerius, who heroically tried to rescue Dooley, but never made it back. But there is no point dwelling on what might have been. All we can do is take this gift you've given us, and try to show others the same compassion you showed us. We promise you that saving our lives was not for nothing. Scintilla et al.
Okay, so this can't be the true ending because Galerius fucking died. Our main man, Big G.
Sounds like you meant a lot to her. I'd love to hear your story, but first, you two look exhausted. Why don't you hop in my boat and rest while I ferry you back to civilization?
Sounds good to me.
And you? Are you ready to go home?
Yeah, ending 3 or 4. Yeah, how many might have if you confronted the god? That's going to be our next one. So we're going to have to confront the god of the underworld. And to do that, we have to make Galerius the coolest guy in town. So that's our next goal. Because I don't think... Here's how I see this going down. We get Galerius elected to Magistrate. And then we can arrest Cynthius. Because that's proven to be legal. Continue as loose change. And I guess because the opening of the game right there just asked us to not have streams or like to warn of spoilers for stuff. I will say, I guess at this point, now that you've seen 3 out of the 4 endings, if you have any interest in this game at all, it's pretty cheap. You should, I've quite enjoyed it. If you want to play it for yourself and experience the experiences, maybe buy it and find out the rest for yourself. But if you're just here to watch the stream, then of course I invite you to watch the stream. Fuck! Oh, it's cool. I grabbed the ladder. Okay, but we're going to have to do another time loop because I made Galerius go around gathering people. So he's not going to be able to become the people's champion this time around, which means we can't get Dooley's thing. Actually, I have an idea. I need to get to the forum. I need to find Dooley. Yep. Okay. Does Dooley have the key to his treasure?
Help me!
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Okay, I couldn't reach through the bars. That was my plan, was to try to reach through the bars and take the key. But that didn't seem to work. Wait! A plan! To get the thing my heart has desired the most! Fuck. I'm dying, though. Damn it, no. I finally have a way to get through that door! I need to... Yeah, we never opened the door. It's so obvious. How do you get the statue to come... get out of the way? You have it walk. Okay, we're definitely doing that. Okay, there we go.
Run! Everybody run!
Right? Shit, fuck. Okay, the gold bow will be the one that stuns them, not the other bows. Yes! It's just money! Okay. But now we know. I did want the treasure. And now I have it. Did I get anything else? I think I just got some arrows. I forgot what this was for. Okay, but so we got to make Galerius the most popular guy in town. That's what we're going to do. Okay, Galerius.
Salve, friend. Mind telling me who you are and what you're doing with that bow on your back?
Yep. Yeah, I need you to take care of some things urgently, Galerius.
Oh, sounds serious. I'm listening.
Yulia's dying, but Lucretia can't help her without this cephalium. Take some of it and go to her quickly. Okay.
Yulia? Oh no. All right, I can do that.
Rufius is threatening Virgil, but if you give him some of this willow bark, it will treat his rheumatism and he'll settle down.
Poor Virgil. Poor Rufius too, I guess. All right, got it.
Yeah, stop Fabia from entering the empty shrine and tell the new arrival he'll find what he's looking for there. Yep.
Alright, let me see. Stop Fabia going in, but send the new arrival to the empty shrine. Understood.
Mm-hmm. Ulpius is about to throw himself off the great temple balcony. Tell him Yulia will be fine and give him this purse of 2,000 denarii to pay off their debts.
But how did you... Alright, of course. I'll make sure this gets to him. I'll go, but once I'm done, I'll need you to tell me how you know all of this.
Alright. And we're definitely going to follow him again, because this is the best part of the game.
The 49
oh wait, first, I need you to know.
Again, with, but it...
Yep.
And now we...
Where'd Galerius go? I had to make her happy too. Everybody gets a happy ending. Piss! I'm stuck on jars. Yeah, Galerius is booking it down here.
Don't shoot. I'm no threat. You'll find what you're looking for in the avenue. Second building on your left. I've got to run.
Thank you. For your service to the Empire, I'll let you live for now, but you'd best make sure our path...
How many denarii do I have? 21,000!
don't cross again.
Because of my mod, I can actually run faster than Galerius.
Lucretia, no time to explain. I'm supposed to give you the Sylphium resin for Yulia.
What? Quick, give it here. I'm just going to help her swallow this. I think she's going to be all right. Galerius, you're amazing. How did you know?
I was just doing what the new lady told me.
I don't understand. How did... Never mind. Thank you so much for acting as quickly as you did. Another minute more.
Can't stay. Places to be.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. Now he's going to wait for Rufius. Yep.
Salve, Rufius. I hear your rheumatism has you so riled up you've been harassing Virgil.
What? My condition is nobody's business but mine.
There's no need for that. I just wanted to give you this willow bark to help you treat it.
A treatment? Really?
I like that you,
Thank God.
You can both...
Finally, some relief after all
You
this
can do this
time.
without knowing he's the one
Thank
threatening
you,
Virgil.
Galerius.
That's nice.
You're a good man. And I'll be sure to leave Virgil alone. I know I haven't been at my best lately.
Appreciate that. Now, I've got to run. Good news, Ulpius. Here's enough money to pay off your and Yulia's debts to Malleolus.
What? Are you messing with me?
I wouldn't do that. Here, take it.
We're going to be free. Galerius, thank you. It seems fortune smiles on us after all. I'd better go and sort this out immediately.
Everybody's booking it. This is so good. Oh, is he done?
Yulia, I'm so glad you didn't go through with it.
It wasn't for lack of trying. And now Malleolus is going to... Wait. Why do you look so happy?
We're free. Malleolus just released us and we never have to set foot in that villa again.
What? How?
Galerius arranged it somehow.
Really? That's...
incredible. Oh, what a relief. I don't know what to say.
You don't need to say anything. Just rest up, get your strength back, and we'll celebrate properly when you're ready.
I will. Thank you, Ulpius.
Welcome.
Alright. Wait, where'd Galerius go? Oh, now he's hoofing it down here.
All weapons are to be tossed into the chasm. Magistrate's orders.
Salve again, friend. I went and did as you asked, and it worked. How is it possible that you've just arrived here and you...
Let's,
You're Sisyphus.
Yeah.
Sisyphus, he was for Tantal... Oh.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Anyway, I don't know which god you managed to upset to get yourself into this... So, I'll tell you what. I'll keep doing...
Yeah, thanks, Galerius.
Anytime, friend. Now, I'm going to keep your secret. Oh, and if our conversations ever start to annoy you...
Yeah, but,
Salve again. Now.
Okay. Now, we've made Galerius the most popular guy in town. So now we have to go strong arm.
Fear is proof of a degenerate mind.
So we're going to go in here. I kind of feel like I should let her out of her room, but I don't know if that would mess things up or not.
I'm not talk. This is outrageous.
Okay, so we cannot talk to her about it anymore because she cursed us so heavily. Okay, time for Malleolus then. Hello, my dude.
Domitius doesn't usually let anyone in here without a hefty tribute, so you must have been desperate to see me. Well, what do you want?
I want you to withdraw from the election.
Are you insane? You barge into my villa uninvited and then make outrageous demands? Why would I withdraw from an election I'm bound to win?
Because I know you're Quinctius. Your wife gave me your love letter, and Nero wants you dead.
So, it finally caught up with me. I suppose that makes you, what, one of Nero's assassins?
I'm not, fortunately for you, even though I do have the bounty.
So, you're not going to kill me?
Yeah, not if you withdraw from the election immediately and release everybody in debt bondage to you.
Oh, so much work and money. Ugh. Well, if I do it, do you let me live?
Yes. Look at this face.
Fine. Ruling this cesspit of a city would have been beneath me anyway. I'll have Domitius notify the priestess of my withdrawal and release those two from debt bondage. There. You got what you wanted. Now, please, leave my villa and never speak to me again.
Okay. So now, yeah, we need to get Galerius elected to magistrate. Now, where's Galerius at? I need to talk to him about... Oh, we should listen to this.
Sir? Are you under duress, sir?
I've just had a change of heart.
But you were on track to be magistrate, sir. All that work, all that money wasted.
Those are my orders. Carry them out.
As you wish, sir.
They were having a conversation through the door. Although they were really already let out of debt bondage, so I don't think it mattered any. Let's watch Dominitus do this.
Priestess, Malleolus has decided to withdraw from the election.
Oh, well, that's surprising, but thank you for telling me. I'll let everyone know.
So now I need to find Galerius. I guess he'd be down in the fields.
Don't believe a word they tell you.
Galerius? Ah, here he is, right here. Galerius is busy.
A new face, are they? Well, Malleolus has withdrawn for some unknown reason, so unless somebody else is nominated by the end of the day, Sentius will win by default. Why do you ask?
I'd like to nominate Galerius.
Oh, what a good idea. He is a virtuous and decent man after all.
Yeah, persuade him by nominating him.
Wonderful magistrate. Certainly.
Okay. So now what I have to do? Let's make a savey save.
Ave. It must be completed by dusk. It'll be between Sentius, the incumbent, and Galerius, the challenger. Why do you ask?
Can we start the election now?
As I said, I'm planning to hold it before dusk, but I suppose I could hold it sooner, if...
Holding it early may prevent conflict between voters.
Yes. I have overheard some rather unpleasant arguments.
You know...
The last thing we need here is additional conflict. Very well. I'll get things started right away.
There is one thing we've never done.
Citizens, it is time. Let us meet to elect our magistrate.
Time to go to the theater.
We've never actually seen who breaks the golden rule. Almost every time the golden rule has been broken, it's been me breaking it. Oh yeah, the assassin does break it, but if I just never talk to the assassin or deal with the assassin problem, who breaks it after the assassin? I guess I could devote a cycle to that at some point, just stopping the assassin and then waiting around and seeing what happens. Because the assassin also doesn't break it until he is confronted. Although I'm a woman, so I can't vote, so I don't know what I'm doing here.
Citizens, we have a quorate body of voters gathered here to elect the city's magistrate. The candidates are Sextus Sentius Imperiosus and late nominee Gallus Galerius Helva. Marcus Malleolus Gurges withdrew his candidacy earlier today. As agreed, we shall dispense with ballots and candidates will abstain from voting. Let's make this quick. As I say your name, call your vote. I'll start with you, Horatius.
Sentius, of course.
Georgius.
Galerius. He saved the life of my dear friend Fabia.
Dacius.
Sentius.
Virgil.
The man who put a stop to the threats I've been receiving. Galerius.
Ulpius.
Galerius, the man who saved my life.
Rufius.
The man who treated my rheumatism. Galerius.
Citizens, you have made your decision. Your new magistrate is Gallus Galerius Helver.
What?
It has been decided. Magistrate Galerius, would you like to make a brief address?
I just want to say, this isn't something I ever wanted. Now that you've put your trust in me, I'm going to do everything I can not to let you down. I'll need some time to put together a list of the changes I want to make around here. But I promise you, there will be changes. My first order is that Dooley is to be freed. Horatius, release him from his cell immediately. Please. Wait, do I need to say please? I suppose not. That's it. You can all get on with your day. Nothing else to see here. Move along.
Okay, that worked. Let's talk to Cynthius.
We're finally alone. You broke it. Why in Pluto's name would you do that? Well, it seems you failed spectacularly. Look, it's unfortunate, but now I assume...
What happens now that you're no longer magistrate, dumbass?
Nothing really. It won't be long before the Golden Rule is broken and everything will be reset. I dare say it won't affect me in the slightest. You mean Duilius? Perhaps? Thank you.
Where's Galerius?
But I've got a lot of work ahead of me. Why don't you go to the baths? Then tell Georgius I said you could have some new clothes. Then I want you to go home and rest. I'll speak with you soon, Dooley.
What is it, citizen?
Okay, he doesn't have anything to say about, here's Dooley.
Hello? I'm Dooley. Magistrate Galerius said I should thank the newcomer. Are you the newcomer?
Yes, that's me.
Oh, it is you. Then, thank you. You're a big helper. I was locked up, but they let me out again. I'm so happy.
You're welcome, Dooley.
You can have my shiny plaque if you want, and maybe you can help me find my treasure. My friend Hannibal used to look after me, and he said he always would. But then he died. But before that, he told me if anything ever happened to him, I had to find something very precious.
What was it?
He gave me a key to the cisterns and told me to keep it safe. He said there's something very precious way up high. Please help me find it. Oh, thank you. Here's the key.
Do we already have this key?
I hope you find it. In the cisterns, way up high, Hannibal said. Oh, look over there. Something shining. Is it treasure? Maybe it is treasure. I can see it for myself. So pretty. And it's just lying out here in the open. Maybe nobody wants it anymore. Maybe no one will mind if I just take it.
Don't you dare.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Okay, so they were right to lock up Dooley. I'm going the wrong way. The plaque. Don't I have the plaque? No shit, Dooley. No, Dooley! I have to kill you! Shit! Sorry, Dooley. Oh. I have the Roman plaque, the Egyptian plaque, the Sumerian plaque. Is the plaque up there in the top of the cistern? Where's the Greek plaque at? Is it in here? Ah, it's in here. Yeah. Okay. So, we can't... Can I do that all again, but tell Galerius not to, let Dooley out? Yeah, I shot him through the prison, but they wouldn't allow me to collect it.
Salve, friend. You... What? Are you... You're serious, aren't you? I doubt Prometheus will let me talk to him, but I'll make sure he passes on the message. Alright.
Okay, we'll just do that, just to give Galerius something to do. Yeah, the gold ladies sound like, Lady Battle Cop to you? Yeah, so we're going to do this.
The 49 melodies fetch again.
I kind of wonder if I shouldn't just finish the game tonight if I can. Because I feel like if I don't, then the next stream might be short.
How come you're allowed a weapon and I'm not? Hey! You're not thinking about going into the cistern, are you? What?
You won't finish the game in this stream, no matter what? Is that a challenge? I could stream for another 5 hours if I wanted to, QB. Let's see what's up here then. I don't know how Dooley or Hannibal would get up here. Okay, so what's up here? No, this is just a way in and out to the upper cistern. Oh, so if you didn't have the golden bow, this would be how you would get to Scintilla. Okay. Because we could just forego getting the bow, apparently. He's getting his rheumatism treated. Which means if I go over here, there should be a corpse nice and handy. So I guess what we would do next time...
Now, I've got to run.
Be up there. But how do I get up there? I mean, I know one way to get up there, I think. Is if I go back to the beginning. Where are you?
Just as the... But... Say... Then... I thought I saw it, but I had... he gives... I understand. And now we share a secret.
Okay. Gotta take care of Olivia. Gotta do our Groundhog Day routine. Everybody's problems are solved. Gotta add to our riches. We're not rich enough. We only have, I think, 19 or 17,000 denarii. No, we're back up to 21,000. Okay. What's over there? Have I been there? Just some guilders. Okie dokie. The obelisk. Let's saving our game. Yes, this looks Roman. Yes, Sumerian. This Egyptian? Yes. I assume the Greek side is just the Roman side, but more aged. Okay, yeah, that doesn't cost 2,000 anymore. Where did I get the 2,000 guilders from? Okay, so should I do this next time or not? Or should I just do it now? I feel like I want to keep playing. So we're going to do this. It's because I want to keep playing the video game. And I guess this is the point at which, if you want to play the game yourself, you can stop watching now. No! Oh. No. I thought I was getting locked in, but no, it was, it's loading. I can pass a loading barrier. Okay, they're automatic doors. Oh. Let's go with Nurgle. Oh, this is the Roman room. So I should speak his Roman name. Okay. And the next one's going to be the Greek room. Yeah. So I need to speak his Greek name. You got the Egyptian room. And we're not playing as Pipe. We're playing as Loose Change. This will be Osiris. Now, if I was playing the special agent who had the gun, would this be the point where I use the gun? Would I threaten Hades or Nurgle with the gun? Yeah, this is the spoiler zone. If you want to play the game, stop watching. Because apparently we're getting Assassin's Creed. I will say this is unexpected. I didn't think we would go to space. Yeah, I thought we were already well into spoilers, but the fuck did I know? Okay. There's the world. Are we on the moon?
And here you are.
Oh!
Allow me to introduce myself. As you have already gathered, I've been known
This
by
isn't...
many names.
No, this is
Nergal to the Sumerians, Osiris to the Egyptians, Hades to the Greeks, and Pluto to the Romans. But the one constant through it all has been my title, God of the Underworld. And I've been watching you with curiosity, mortal, ever since your arrival. You are unlike the others, aren't you? And what is more, you carry a weapon that was never intended for mortals to wield, and you do it so brazenly that there will be time for your reckoning later. First, as a reward for undoing the desecration of my obelisk, I will allow you to satisfy your curiosity. Ask what you will.
I was going to say the Too Human is good, but I was going to say even the music kind of sounds a bit like shit. What is the only good Roland Emmerich movie? Stargate. Yes, we're getting Stargate in here. I'm glad Z-Ace immediately knew what I meant. What's your story?
My story is many thousands of years long. You will need to be more specific. What do you wish to know?
You're a god?
It is a matter of perspective. God is a label I was given by you mortals, not one I gave myself. Your ancestors revered me because to them, my knowledge and technology made me incomprehensibly powerful, just as you might seem so to an insect. But despite all that, there are rules even I must obey.
Why do you look and sound like a man?
My kin and I all adopted this form long ago, so that we might better understand and communicate with your kind. In time, we grew fond of the sensory delights it affords. Desire, joy, ecstasy, even rage and sorrow, while an acquired taste can be addictive.
So, super fuckhead aliens came and saw humans and became human-shaped in order to learn about humans and ended up liking having senses. Okay, that is kind of Stargate, actually. The, what are the worms in Stargate called? The Bagul. Yes. The Bagul. The Narguls. The Gabagools. The Gabagools were the same way, the worms. May I see your true form?
No. Long ago I swore to Persephone that I would remain in this form for as long as we remained among your kind. I must honor that.
I'm gonna guess this woman is Proserpina then.
This is my beloved. Like me, she has been known by many names. Ereshkigal to the Sumerians, Isis to the Egyptians, Persephone to the Greeks, and Proserpina to the Romans. Or perhaps you might know her as the goddess of springtime, the cycle of life and renewal. Your gaze lingers too long.
Who is that on your right?
That is my servant. You would have met by the river, though she wears many faces and goes by many names.
Yeah, so she's a Bagul too.
Kutural to the Sumerians, Kurti to the Egyptians, Charon to the Greeks, and Charon to the Romans. Her role is to ferry souls between the mortal world and this one, and to make their transition as seamless as possible. For that, she earned herself the infamous, if erroneous, moniker, the Ferryman. You will talk more later. For now, ask your questions.
I want to know your purpose behind all of this. What's this place?
It has come to be known simply as the Underworld, and it exists because of a wager I made long ago.
A wager you made? This does sound like gods to me.
That is a long story, one that began over 3,000 years ago and continues to this day. You see, long ago my kin and I set out from our home on Elysium to search for other forms of life among the stars. We discovered your planet and witnessed your kind evolving from primates into something lawless and barbaric. You all but destroyed yourselves, your 2 short lives being extinguished by violence and ignorance and disease. Yet Proserpina saw raw potential in you, and persuaded the rest of us it would be squandered without our intervention and stewardship. So we revealed ourselves to your people in a place called Suna. We offered guidance in agriculture, toolcraft, and law, and you called us gods. For a time you flourished, but soon you were too many for us to oversee. And as you spread from that cradle of civilization, we saw something disturbing. We had sown the seeds of dependency and confusion, and soon you returned to your old ways of violence and ignorance, this time in our name. My kin had seen enough, and gave up on your kind, condemning you as barbaric and chaotic, scarcely more than animals. We began preparations to return to Elysium, our home world, a utopia unspoilt by conflict and unimaginable in its beauty. But my Proserpina could not bear to abandon your kind without guidance, and knowing it would force the rest of us to leave it behind, she made an extraordinary sacrifice. She gave up her immortality to descend permanently to the ranks of humankind. And so she began her inescapable trajectory toward death. Horrified, I acted swiftly. I placed her in suspended animation in a deep frozen sleep to prevent age and sickness from claiming her. And then I pleaded with Proserpina's father, who the Romans called Jupiter, to bring her with us to Elysium. It was and is my hope that once there, we might one day learn to undo what she has done to herself. But he refused. I did everything I could to persuade him, but he would not relent. He would rigidly uphold his final pronouncement. Humans were unworthy of ascension to Elysium, and no exceptions would be made. But seeing that I was aggrieved, he proposed a wager, the terms of which were as follows. If even one human city could prove itself capable of living without sin for a single year, then Proserpina and all of humanity would be permitted to join us in Elysium. My part would be to remain behind, the last of my kind, to watch over you, without interfering, and to sit in silent judgment. And so my reward has been to languish here, enduring a 3,000-year winter, waiting for the day your kind proves itself worthy of her faith in you, so that I might take her with me to Elysium and unthaw my goddess of springtime. And here I am, after all this time, still waiting.
Okay. Really, it seems like you should be sympathetic towards humans because you want us to win the wager, right?
There were also gods who, like me, have been known by many names, but perhaps you knew them by their Roman names. Our leader, Jupiter, as well as Neptune, Saturn, Juno, Minerva, Mars, Venus, Apollo, Diana, Vulcan, Vesta, Ceres, and of course, my beloved Persephone.
You built this city on rock and roll, right?
As the first wave of your kind arrived from Sumer, I had them build a city in their own fashion, so that they might be comfortable and recreate their lives here. I had them build the entrance as a vertical shaft leading to baths, to cleanse them of the sins of their former lives, and to prevent escape. I watched wave after wave of Sumerians arrive, and as their civilization declined over the centuries, they were replaced by Egyptians. Of course, believing themselves to be the superior civilization, the Egyptians promptly built over what had been built before, and made all the same mistakes. After another 1,000 years, the Greeks began to arrive, and then the Romans, and they all did the same thing. They built upon the underworlds of their predecessors, renamed their gods, and ensured their foundations were forgotten.
Yeah, how did you decide who comes here? We know this because we've seen an ending.
To ensure the wager was fair, it was important that my subjects were chosen at random. To this end, I had my servant distribute 1,000 tokens fashioned from silver, a rare element at the time, across all of Sumer. Whoever died while in possession of one of them would be located by my servant and ferried to this place, with no memory of how they arrived. As the tokens were discovered, they were traded, smelted, and fashioned into trinkets, and eventually coins, spreading to Egypt like seeds on the wind. Later, when they spread to Greece, they would come to be known as Charon's Obol, or as coins for the ferryman. Some placed coins in the mouths of their dead, hoping they would awaken here, though they had no way of knowing which coins were fashioned from the original.
Okay, how did they know the coins would take them here?
Fact,
Everybody who...
almost all of the tokens are accounted for. Only 2 remain. And so after this wave destroys itself, as it is destined to do, your kind would have squandered the last of its potential to ascend beyond this rock, and Persephone is along with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, how do they learn about this?
It is a regrettable story.
Oh, is this going to be, is this Sisyphus?
A troublemaker. To be rid of him, I returned him to his people, on the condition that my servant erased his memories of this place. But the erasure did not take completely.
Ah, it is Gilgamesh.
This place
yeah.
Describing memories of a dream. His tales were committed to writing, which came to be known as the Epic of Gilgamesh. His words were twisted and distorted over generations. Later, the Egyptians would adapt Sumer's stories of the underworld, making them wildly intricate and labyrinthine. Their Book of the Dead and Book of Gates bore less and less resemblance to this place in their priests' pursuit of profit. Then, when the Greeks began to arrive, they proved far more cunning. In a series of incidents that will not be repeated, 5 of them escaped. A warrior named Heracles, 2 kings named Sisyphus and Theseus, a poet named Orpheus, and a Trojan named Aeneas. They each told embellished tales of this place, how to get here, and how to escape. And so from Sumer to Egypt, Greece to Rome, your kind has always told each other stories about this place, though each story contained only a seed of truth.
Let's talk about something else.
Of course.
Are you responsible for the Golden Rule? That seems like something Jupiter would have come up with.
That is merely the name your people have given to it, but yes, it is my doing.
What do you consider a sin? This seems fairly important.
I've always considered that the cornerstone of morality is the ability to determine right from wrong on one's own. No attempt to lay out rules like your Code of Hammurabi or your 12 Tables of the Roman Republic can ever cover all possible scenarios. This should come as no surprise to you, since the core principle has been expressed in many forms by many of your civilizations. The Egyptians made a rudimentary attempt with do to the doer to make him do. The Greeks refined it with avoid doing what you would blame others for doing. The Roman Stoics added treat your inferior as you would wish your superior to.
These are all things we've heard people in the
Even
city
the
say.
so-called cultists hiding among you often say, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. It is the simplest of concepts, and each one of you is born with the faculties required to apply it to any situation. Yet none of the peoples who expressed this rule were able to uphold it. Curious, isn't it?
Yeah, what about Dooley? Yeah, that doesn't sound like you've been upholding it either.
Enough. You clearly know nothing.
Okay, I want to ask this again.
I've always the Roman even it is
I can lie.
For you, perhaps.
Yeah, we're gonna lie to Pluto.
Even it is yet. We both know that is not true, and you would be deluded to believe otherwise.
Okay, white gold.
That is a story dating back to the very first wave. After the Sumerians finished building their city, the self-declared ruler threw a banquet to celebrate. Now this man was unmarried, and many women were vying to become his wife, a prestigious position of power and influence in a new world. Of all the women, two were particularly ambitious. Both were beautiful, and both arrived at the banquet wearing eye-catching dresses and painted faces, their hair woven in elaborate fashion. The first woman, recognizing that she would require an advantage to win the ruler's affection, draped herself in jewelry, ornate necklaces, bracelets, and rings fashioned.
The oldest zombies we saw were not covered in gold.
Display, the second woman grew envious, for she had no such jewelry at her disposal. She prayed aloud to any gods that would listen to cover her in gold, and when her prayer went unanswered, she took matters into her own hands. While the others indulged at the banquet, the second woman summoned the first for a discussion in a quiet place. She checked that nobody was watching, and pushed her rival from the top of the ziggurat where she broke her neck on the rocks below. But I was watching, and I decided to answer her prayer. I took the golden bow left behind by Diana, and I shot that woman in the heart, covering her from head to toe in a layer of molten gold. And I left her to stand there, that she might serve as a grim reminder of what befalls those who sin in my domain. But that was not enough, for the entire city was tainted by her sin, and the wager could no longer be won. So I had no choice but to wipe the slate clean. I gilded them all, to make way for a new wave, and began the wager again. And to this day, each of them, and all who came after, line the halls of this city, inanimate but conscious, suspended in time with only their sight and hearing preserved, so they may bear witness to and lament the folly of your kind for eternity, as silent golden sentinels.
Okay. So you're the one who killed everybody. Man, gods like to talk.
I give your kind a second chance at life, as well as ample warning about my law. And when you disobey, and you always disobey, you force my hand, bringing terrible suffering upon yourselves. And so you ask if I am the one destroying your lives. And I say, no, you destroy yourselves. I am merely the means by which you do it.
Okay. Golden bows. Yeah, where do they come from?
When my kin departed, they left behind many relics which I inherited. Consolation prize of sorts. The golden bow originally belonged to one of my kin, who the Romans called Diana. As my collection of golden statues grew, I chose the most ferocious among them, and equipped them each with a duplicate of her bow, and tasked them with hunting down the Forsaken at my behest. They became known simply as Furies.
I hear they're at home in the mirror. How do you know when people sin?
I'm able to commune with all the statues in the city. Their ears are my ears, and their eyes are my eyes.
This is a dumb question to ask.
If she was still conscious, I suppose she could, but she's not. Why do you ask?
No reason.
Then what an odd question.
I've seen terrible things happen that you didn't consider a sin. How could you let them happen?
Do you plan to speak in sweeping generalizations? Or are you going to give me an example?
Abduction.
Abduction? You mean the magistrate imprisoning his daughter in the cistern, I take it. He did so because she sought to escape. A sin I take particularly seriously. Better that he stops her from escaping, albeit brutishly, than I have to wipe out this entire city to punish her. Wouldn't you agree?
No. Yes, I disagree with that.
Supposing you're right, then my law has been broken, and I should turn you all to gold immediately. Is that what you want?
I am right and you know it!
Then your desire to be right outweighs your desire to survive. You will make a fine statue.
Yeah, let's kill him with the wooden bow.
Do you really think you can...
Yeah, this would be at the point where if you had the gun...
that primitive weapon?
You may be immortal, but your beloved isn't.
How dare you threaten her? This ends now.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Shit, where'd her thing go? Where'd her thing go?
No, you vile, despicable creature.
Well, I guess we'll go back here. Yeah, will Hades remember? Will I fucking live? Ah, damn it, I should have... That's fine. There shouldn't be anybody over here. I can Halo bar myself up. Fuck! Alright, continue for blast save. Okay. Where's this going to take me? Yeah, the Crown may have did some clipping, which this is a budget game, so I'm not going to hold that against them if it happens randomly. We'll try it again, though. Maybe I'll talk to Hades about some other stuff before confronting him about the morality. Yeah, the game has to load a lot because we're all the way back here, huh? Okay, let's actually, let's fucking get on with it.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Okay, now I've got it. Actually, hold on. Yeah, so I think it clipped through the ground. So let's talk to Hades. Actually, since I'm in the quick saving thing. All right, you're cool.
And here, that you
Yeah, let's make sure our loose change knows all of this stuff.
that is we both know that is not true. I'm
No reason.
What an odd question. Very. Good. And now it is time for your reckoning.
Okay.
Only, it seems, something is wrong. It has long been within my power to see into the hearts of mortals and weigh their deeds in life. But when I peer into you, I see only a blank slate, as if you did not exist until you appeared in this city. How is this possible? Charon, where did you find this one?
I do not remember ferrying you. How did you come here?
Maybe you're getting forgetful in your old age.
You would have us believe that my servant merely forgot bringing you here.
Yes.
That sounds improbable to me. Carol, does this mortal speak the truth? Or should I strike her down where she stands?
Perhaps. The waters of the River Lathe are known to have that effect.
I will take you at your word.
Is that the first lie that's
Your
worked?
past remains shrouded in mystery. It seems I must put your reckoning on hold. But answer this. Why have you come here? What is it you seek?
Yeah, I would like you to put the end to the golden rule.
Your hubris is amusing, so I will allow you to make your case. But I warn you, if you anger me or waste my time with lies or wrong-headed arguments, you face death here. So, tell me, why should I put an end to the so-called golden rule?
Yeah, the golden rule is corrupting this city and ensuring you'll never win their wager. That's basically correct.
How so? And be specific. You have made a grave allegation, and I expect you to back it up.
Yeah, Decius was price gouging for life-saving medicine because he knows nobody can take it by force.
True. I have witnessed him doing
Rufius becomes so paranoid that he's jumping at shadows. Yep.
that. He is a volatile and confused fellow, that one.
Mm-hmm.
I admit, I have grown disturbed watching them.
And Malleolus.
His cruelty does seem to grow greater by the day. If you're right, My involvement has corrupted the very thing I sought to observe impartially. But if I were to accept that, are you telling me these humans could coexist peacefully, without theft or violence, without my law?
If it's a group of about 20 people, I would say yes, but we can't know how many. What's the all cases? Like, once you get to a clan-sized thing, maybe.
How so? And how is that working for you?
Here we go. We're gonna fucking. I guess things technically are better 2,000 years than they were then, but it's not like we haven't invented new ways to do all this shit. Loose change. Don't be a fucking pill.
So you say, and yet your world is still imperfect. You have spoken eloquently, and yet, if what you say is true, it follows that my wager was fatally flawed from the beginning. But that would mean Jupiter, Proserpina's father, who knew more about you than anyone, proposed a wager I could never win. Why would he do that?
Here we go. Yeah, let's inflate his ego.
Perhaps. But if that was so, surely I would have sensed his deception. How could I have been so blind for so long?
Yes. It's very human. It's like that line from Star Trek. It was very human.
Your words sting me, mortal. But perhaps it is what I deserve. As difficult as this is to admit, I have suspected as much for a long time now. And I cannot deny it any longer. I've been so fixated on taking my beloved to Elysium that every time one of you sinned, it wore away my hope of being with her again. In time, I began to despise your kind for making her believe that you could ever be better than you are. But my rage was not born of malice. Quite the opposite. Everything I have done, I did because I loved her. Who knew this empathy of yours, which you celebrate so much, could have such a dark underside? This has gone on too long. It is time for me to let go of this form, of her, of all of you. But know this, if I abandon the wager and leave for Elysium, neither she nor your kind may ever ascend.
Why can't we go to Elysium?
Because doing so would violate the rules of my sacred agreement with Jupiter, and you would receive a hostile reception. The best I can do is return you to the land of the living. I will have Charon make arrangements to ferry the others. But as for you, be aware you will be separated from the rest.
Why?
Once this exodus begins, the events that brought you to this moment will never have taken place, and you will have created a paradox. What will become of you is difficult to predict, but that is the risk you have taken by interfering in the natural.
Yeah, how did you know I was a time traveler? I thought I hid that.
Are you ready? Farewell, mortal.
Okay. So, what will we do with Proserpina's crown?
Oh. Hi there. Gave me a bit of a fright. Thought I was in here alone. I'm Al. Well, here I am.
I'm loose change.
Oh, did that lady in the forest send you in here after me? I guess I lost track of time, learning about the history of this place, and it is extraordinary. I'm fairly certain you and I are the first people to set foot in this city for about 2,000 years. Fortunately for us, the last person in here was a Roman man named Galerius, who inscribed
Hey,
an account
Galerius.
into a tablet. Apparently, there was a community of 20-something people trapped in here, and living in fear of a curse they called the Golden Rule. They believed that if even one person sinned, an unknown god would cast them all into gold, like the 1,000 people who'd lived here before them. Then, one day, just as Galerius had finished praying for a good harvest at the shrine of Proserpina, an oracle appeared and told him how to solve the ills of the city, like saving the life of a dying woman, preventing the suicide of a man in debt bondage, freeing a falsely accused prisoner, foiling an assassination attempt, and so on. Meanwhile, the oracle walked up to the temple of the mysterious god, this one right here, and demanded an audience. And the doors just opened up to her. Nobody knows what went on in there, but Galerius wrote the oracle must have been more persuasive than Odysseus, because the next thing he knew, the ground shook and the voice of that god rang out over the city. The many have suffered long enough. Unfortunately, Galerius' account just sort of stops after that, leaving a lot of questions unanswered. What became of him and the other people who lived here? What happened to all the golden statues? And did this mysterious oracle single-handedly undo the curse that had terrorized people for hundreds of years?
Not hundreds, thousands. That sounds a bit far-fetched.
I don't know, it reads like an earnest account to me. Anyway, I think I found a way out through the aqueduct that brought water into the city. Follow me.
Okay. Cool. Okay, so what's with the crown of Proserpina? There must be more than one way to grease that pig, if I had to guess. Loading. Yep, I saw I was swimming there for half a second. Let's yeet ourselves once again.
I'm gonna pause here for a moment and make sure nobody else has ever lured into this temple.
Why?
You go on ahead, and I'll be...
Are you stuck in there, or what? I mean, if there's a way in and out over here, then I guess walling off the pit is a good idea, if there's just a way in and out. Because there's no danger there anymore, it would appear.
You're back! But you're alone. Does that mean you didn't find Al? Oh, what? Why don't you... Ah, I see. I thought you might.
Yeah, we'll go back to
Well,
Cyber
now
Karen.
you know. I suppose you have questions. That my most ask a wise decision.
Yeah, Pluto said that all the coins were the last in existence. Yep.
It means there is nobody else to ferry here.
Yep.
I see no point in keeping you here. But I have to ask one thing. That you keep this to yourself. Look! Here comes Al now.
So are you also a god, or are you like a homunculus?
You were gone so long I thought I'd never see you again.
Kinda lost track of time in there. You wouldn't believe what we found.
Also, the angle
ruins
kind
of
of
a
looks like
long
she's not
forgotten
wearing
city.
anything under her
There
cat
was
suit.
a tablet describing an oracle who confronted a god and undid an ancient curse.
Sounds like quite a story. And I look forward to hearing all about it. But you two look exhausted.
Sounds good to me.
And you?
Yeah, sure. Whoa, oh, we're having an epilogue. Wiener. I'm glad we still use heavy brass doors in the future. Yep. Ancient Rome, ancient Greece, ancient Egypt, and in Sumer. Private meeting hall.
Hey, you made it. It's great to see you again. I read about your trial in the news. Congratulations on your acquittal. Still, I'm sorry you had to go through all that. Anyway, after everything you've been through, I thought you might appreciate some good news. So after we got back to the real world, I started doing some research into the people mentioned in Galerius' tablet, and I found something strange. I'm sorry I've been so cryptic. I've been dying to tell you. I just really wanted you to see this for yourself.
You look like you have the same hair as Virgil.
I'll catch up with you at the other end.
Okay, so now that I'm acquitted, I can say I didn't do it, but if I did it, here's how I would have done it. You know? I want to make a book that says that. Look at the ass on this dude, on Galerius.
Oh, hello. You're finally here. Remember me?
Yeah, are we people that death forgot?
It's a crazy story. After you disappeared, Karen appeared and told us she was returning us to the world. Even gave us some coins to help us start our lives over. Only, for some reason, she returned us to your world instead of ours. Anyway, I know we only ever had that one conversation, and I wasn't even sure if you'd remember me, but I wanted to say thanks for freeing us from the underworld and giving us a second chance at life.
You're with Equita now?
I know. I can't believe my luck either. But we're engaged and living together. We're planning to get married next spring. If you're going to be around, we'd love to see you there.
Sure. What are you doing with yourselves? I assume you're illiterate and also you have no modern skills.
Oh, I used Karen's gift to buy a farm in Umbria. Got a villa on it too, with enough room for Dooley, of course. It's hard work, but I sleep soundly every night. I'm finally my own man, and I wouldn't change it for the world.
Yeah, but how would your ancient farming techniques tell you how to work a tractor, you know?
Of course. There's a whole museum full of people waiting for a chance to thank you, so you better keep moving. We'll speak again soon, my friend.
Alright, and then here's Equita.
It's you.
Well, the navel to neck split. Okay, I guess being a Vestal was not satisfactory to you.
You're here. It's lovely to finally meet you. Galerius told me all about you.
Would they still say this if I had actually talked to everybody before going into the Great Temple?
So, you're the hero who somehow vanquished the last of the Roman gods. As I'm a priestess, you realize you've put me out of work.
Yeah, her body language is very aggressive.
Actually, and it still feels a little sacrilegious to say this, I'm finding life after religion quite enjoyable.
Yeah, obviously ancient humans could adapt to a modern society, but it would take more than a year. Like, we spend our whole lives acclimating to our civilization and level of technology, you know?
Galerius and I are engaged and expecting. We've just bought a lovely villa in the countryside, with room for a large family, and Dooley too, of course. It feels like the world has just opened up for us. There's so much to learn, and so many more possibilities for our children than we ever imagined. We're just so thankful for what you did for us, for all of us.
Let's assume that they just have Proserpina's magic language skills like we do. In which case, I guess they could all get work as translators very easily. That's what I would do with my magic language skill. But it'd be a lot to adjust to. How's Livia?
Oh, it's sweet of you to ask. She recovered nicely. In fact, she's here somewhere, if you'd like to ask her yourself.
Now, Livia was the one person that I did talk to other than Galerius.
See you at the wedding, I hope.
Here's Dooley. Now, please tell me he got some... We got him a partial for his missing teeth. And he tied his shoes. How nice.
Hello, I'm Dooley.
They did! Oh man, they got Dooley a partial.
Galerius said you're very nice and a big helper. Thank you for getting us out of the bad place. I didn't like it. I live at Galerius and Equitia's house. They look after me now and help me remember when I forget things, like brushing my teeth. Treasure? Oh, I forgot about that. I like my box now. Galerius got me a box that tells stories. It's my favorite
What was
thing.
Dooley's treasure? The key that led to the thing and the... I guess the thing that was up there was the way out. Was that Hannibal's treasure? Yeah, story boxes are great. I wonder if someone else is using one right now. Yeah, it led to Scintilla, but Scintilla was by the exit. Hannibal wasn't Scintilla's treasure. If anything, it was Ulpius's treasure because they were in a relationship.
Yeah, they're fun. Bye-bye.
Yeah, but here's the Delirium. So yeah, I would like to play this game again, both with the gun, to see if I could threaten Hades with a gun. That seems like it would be fun. And also the historian one.
Oh, hello.
I don't know. Aw, man. Horatius joined the fucking army? What a nerd. Bootlicker!
Hi there, I'm Horatius. I understand we have you to thank for giving us a second chance at life, and reuniting Scintilla with us as well. So...
Ooh, where's Cynthius at?
I'm living up north, and studying in the military academy in Modena. I'm going to be an officer one day.
Yeah, not going to be easy when you can't read.
But some things stay the same. Would you believe we're still studying military tactics from my time? Alexander the Great, Caesar, Hannibal Barca. Still, I have to keep challenging myself to let go of old ways of thinking and embrace the new. As Seneca wrote, the ones who pioneered our paths aren't our masters, but our guides.
Yeah, because you can't be an officer unless you either got field promoted or usually you have to have some kind of degree.
Ah, you remembered that. Thank you. I grieved for a time, but that's done. In the words of Epictetus, as those who rode behind triumphant generals remind them they are mortal, remind yourself your precious one isn't one of your possessions.
Okay, hey Boots, when I say a thing about I wonder how something went, I would prefer if you didn't just put spoilers in the chat about it.
Thanks.
Because, you know, I might want to play this game again, and other people in the chat might also like that.
Later? It'd be nice to chat with you some more. Great.
Yeah, so I didn't think that maybe this stream where I said maybe don't spoil things if you're going to play the game. Maybe, yeah. What happened to your buddy Dominitus?
He's not my... Oh, I see what you did there. Good one. He had more trouble adapting than most. He got himself disqualified from the UFC, so he started some kind of underground blood sport tournament, like we had in Rome. Suppose it appealed to people's baser instincts. And they say he made some good coin, killing a bunch of men like that. But his luck finally ran out, and his life along with it. You know what they say. Live by the sword, die by the sword.
Dominitus started a blood sport league and died. He started Fight Club and died. Yeah, disqualified from the UFC, probably for trying to kill somebody, or maybe he was juicing.
Perhaps. See you at drinks later, I hope.
Hi there.
Hey.
Oh, hello.
You can tell that they use the same body model for everybody because they're all sharing the same body language. Like if you kind of look at... Plus now that people are wearing modern clothes that more accentuate body lines than the robes and togas they were wearing in the olden times, you can tell that the body models they chose on are fucking thick. Everybody's got huge asses and thick legs. I mean, look at his ass. Yeah, let's talk to Yulia first.
Hi there.
You're the Oracle, right?
Loose change is fine.
Oh, of course. Sorry. And I never got a chance to thank you for telling Galerius how to save my life. And of course, getting me and all of us out of a terrible situation.
Mm-hmm. What happened to Aurelia?
Ugh, someone told me she was boasting about getting her claws into some rich prince, and how she was going to be living the high life from now on. Even in your time, life still isn't fair. Apparently he'd proposed before they'd even met. And last I heard, she'd bought herself a first-class one-way ticket to join him in some exotic place called... What was it? Nigeria? Some people have all the luck.
La da 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 da.
Well, you are the Oracle, so I suppose I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, ancient people would be perhaps the easiest people to scam with that kind of thing, wouldn't they? Because they just learned what email was.
Oh, I barely recognize myself. I'm living in a house share in London with my wonderful girlfriend. And I'm studying English at university. Eventually, I want to travel the world and write about it. Turns out, it's about 30 times bigger than the Roman Empire ever was. Did you know there are entire continents Rome never knew existed? And you can travel almost anywhere in an aircraft, which is rather like flying on a Pegasus, but much more comfortable.
You flew on a Pegasus?
Sorry, you already know all that, of course. I'm just so excited. There's so much to see and learn and write about.
That'd be fucking weird. Studying English while being able to speak and read English, but without knowing any of the grammatical rules to English. Man, that'd be weird.
I really am. Last I heard, Malleolus kept insisting he was the last rightful ruler of the Roman Empire, and wound up being committed to a psychiatric
That's
hospital.
unfortunate.
As for Claudia, she was always so viciously unhappy. Someone said she'd blown all her money on wine, trying to drink herself back to the underworld. After the horrific way they treated Ulpius and me, I can't help feeling a sense of... what's that German word? Schadenfreude?
I think you're allowed to feel that way.
Thank you. You're very kind.
I'm a saint!
You too! If you're ever in London, let me know. We can go to bars and drink wine and listen to the stories of the 9 million people who live there. I hope so.
We're just gonna get drunk with like 5 different people. It's gonna be great.
Hi there. You are here. It's nice to finally meet you. Lucy is fine. I'm making an effort to blend in, as you can see.
Hello.
We are all trying to keep a low profile. If the world knew we died 2,000 years ago and were suddenly brought back to life 12 months ago, they'd never leave us alone. Speaking of which, I wanted to say thank you in person. I'd say the gods smile on you, but I hear you drove the last of them off. So...
Yeah, what are you doing now?
I'm studying to get into medical school. As much as I resented the responsibility of keeping everyone in the city alive, when it ended, I realized I missed it. So I guess I'll
the
just
music
keep
loops there, I
saving
think.
the world, if begrudgingly, one patient at a time. You too. Don't be a stranger.
Alright. We have Cynthia.
I take it you're the Oracle. Thanks for coming.
Still got the DreamWorks face.
Actually, I changed my name to Cynthia. I didn't want to be associated with Sentius after what happened. I'm not sure if you heard, but after you drove Pluto off, Proserpina emerged from the Great Temple. She knew right away what none of us had figured out about that psychopath. He'd been keeping my little sister locked up in the upper
I knew that.
cistern all that time. But he's been dealt with. He's... you know what? The important thing is we'll never see him
It is
again.
very important you tell me. Yeah, what happened?
He's still there, all alone. The last golden statue in the underworld. Trapped in a metal shell, slowly losing his mind until the end of time.
We should go back and kill
Eternal
him.
torment. Just what he deserves, if you ask me.
That seems a bit excessive, don't you think?
I try not to think about him at all.
Yeah, I want to go back and kill Cynthius. We've proven that you can peel the statues and there's just meat underneath. So if I can get to the meat, I can make him die.
Anything I want. I'm a woman of means in a vast new world. I can go wherever and do whatever I please. Of course, I mostly just stay in my villa and have my servant Alexa summon things for me, because it's just awful out there. Barbarians everywhere.
Ew. You still act like a patrician all this time in the future. Actually, I need to figure out how much silver, because they said they gave silver. How much silver would they have to give for you to be a person of means? Okay, silver is at $22 an ounce. So let's say being a person of means you have at least $5 million. Which means each one of them to get $5 million in silver, each one of these people would have to be given 14,000 pounds of silver. Oh yeah, and Alexa is of course a joke. So can you imagine that? Here, all of you, gather round so that we can make you rich. Take your 14,000 pounds of silver, your 7 tons of silver, and get out.
You too. See you around.
No, all the statues got unstatued, I thought. Finally, tell me your fucking name. Ugh.
I take it you're the oracle everybody's talking about. It's a pleasure to finally meet you. We have. I'm sorry, I don't remember. In any case, I'm Philip. I never thought I'd leave that cave, let alone the city. And now I'm living in the 21st century. What a time to be alive.
Philip.
And it seems I have your catabasis to thank for it. I'm working as a consultant to the Faculty of Classics at Cambridge University, helping fill the odd gap in their knowledge. Not that I need the money, but I do love being around enlightened minds again. My sincere thanks once again.
Okay, his actually makes sense if he's already a philosopher. Look at Decius over there. He knocked over the things. And he's looking at his tub. I like your shoes, Phil.
Greetings. You must be the legendary oracle. It is a sincere privilege to finally make your acquaintance. I am Georgius.
Putting Georgius in this kind of suit makes him look like a makes him look even more like a Vice City character. He looks like he looks like a Grand Theft Auto guy.
I am told we have you to thank for freeing us from Hades, and for that, I am most grateful. I am reacquainting myself with Greece. It has changed so much over the last 2,000 years, I barely recognize it. This is at once heartbreaking and thrilling. Perhaps one day, once I have seen all of this new Greece and sampled her delights, I will settle down in Santorini in a villa overlooking the Azure Aegean Sea. I hope you will join me there and regale me with the story of how you faced off against the fearsome god of the underworld and won.
Sure.
You too, my friend.
Because look at him. Doesn't he look like a guy you would like meet at a strip club to like get missions? Oh, honey, don't wear your knockoff Adidas with your pattern dress. Oh, that's so gaudy. Oh, honey.
You're the one we've been waiting for. I'm Fabia. I wanted to say thanks for sending Galerius to save my life. I don't know how you knew, but I would have been crushed by that shrine for sure.
It's a shame we couldn't save the. It's a shame we couldn't save the assassin.
I'm just so happy to be here with you and everyone together again, even if it's just for one more night. Well, it's not like I have to work with all the silver Charon gave me, so.
How much silver?
Makes me happy.
Was it 14,000 pounds?
Baking for my friends and looking at memes while binging TV shows in yoga pants. What a time to be alive.
Look, you know how to enjoy. I guess okay. Fabia like immediately got into the new life of memes and yoga pants, but you have friends now. Okay.
Thank you. I really am. You too.
So maybe I shouldn't have told Galerius about the assassin.
Hello Good evening.
There's Octavia. Oh, and Livia.
Some soiree, innit?
You look a bit uncomfortable, dude. Maybe you should just move like a foot lower so that your arm is on the rest.
Good evening.
Hello there.
I forgot which one you were.
Oh, hello. It's lovely to meet you. I've heard so much about you. I'm thankful that you're here. I was sure the person who drove off the last pagan god would have more.
Yeah, she was the Christian, yeah.
Visit the likes of us.
What about Neva?
But thank you for coming and for saving our lives. What you did was extraordinary, and I'll never forget it. I'm living in Rome again, in a charming little flat by the Tiber, not far from my old place. Oh, and I'm training to be a crisis counselor. After you sent Galerius to persuade Ulpius not to take his own life, I was inspired. I just want to spend the rest of my life helping people, like you helped him.
Okay. Nice.
Thank you. And you.
Okay. See, okay. This is the difference.
Hello.
This fit is whack. Like, she needs to be wearing some pumps or something, and the pearls are kind of old-timey. And then you look over here at Livia, who was a hairdresser. This is like a classy look, even though her fingers are weirdly bent.
Again. Thank you for your kind words and for liberating us all. In all the time I was in the underworld, I never once imagined that I might end up in a place so much like Elysium. Ah, you remember that. I'm a little tired of Ovid, but that's all right. I have 2,000 years.
She does look like Wilma Flintstone.
Now. I'm already up to the 19th century, and am quite enjoying the work of a fellow named Poe. I think I may have found a kindred spirit. Men have called me mad, but the question is not yet settled whether madness is or is not the loftiest intelligence.
Perhaps you're right. Okay. What are you doing?
I'm recovering. Octavia was kind enough to let me stay with her for a while, at least until I'm well enough to be independent again.
Do you have 14,000 pounds of silver?
And you. Farewell, friend.
Actually, How much would the price of silver change if suddenly there's 20 people? £280,000 of silver were added onto the market? What would happen to the price? I don't actually know how much silver is in circulation. It's not the least common of metal. But so they might actually need more silver than that in order to catch up with the inflation that the massive dumping of supply would cause. Maybe the coins they had intrinsic value outside of their material. Like maybe their historical value to the numismatists made them valuable, but even that would have diminishing returns. So they would need a lot to all be independently wealthy.
Oh, hello at last.
I'm Johnny
What's
Depp.
The oracle I've heard so much about. I'm Dacius.
I hate you.
Listen, I wanted to express my sincere appreciation for what you did. If it wasn't for you, I'd never been able to sell all those useless old relics I accumulated. Whatever you did in that temple made me a very wealthy man. Thank you.
Yeah, it was entirely unintended.
Such acerbic wit. I love it. I took the money I made from selling my trinkets and started investing in the stock market. That's where the real money is now. In fact, I was hoping to ask your advice, you being the oracle and future seer and all that, on which stocks I should invest in next. I can't decide between fossil fuels, tobacco, gambling and arms. What would you recommend?
There's this thing called GameStop. You need to ride the squeeze, my dude.
Oh, don't be like that. You can tell your old pal Dacius. I won't take no for an answer.
Ooh, DVD rentals. Yeah, let's go with DVD rentals.
Oh, of course, yeah. I was just thinking the same thing. I'll go home and buy up as much stock as I can tonight. I'm gonna make a bloody fortune. Of course, don't let me keep you. Thanks again for the tips, my friend.
And I accidentally made him invent Netflix.
Good evening.
What is up?
Wait a second. Where's this jacket from? This looks like a Fallout jacket. It's a sick jacket, though.
It is an honor to finally meet you, Oracle. You know my name? Oh, of course. You are an Oracle. You know many things.
That's not it.
I too would like to offer my thanks for releasing us from that place, and for your role in bringing us here. This world is truly wondrous. For a time, I returned to Alexandria, but they have no need of another fisherman, and I came to see there is nothing for me there. Instead, I have decided to follow the custom of your youths and backpack the world. It is a great adventure, and I have met many people from many cultures. I spent the first 25 years of my life avoiding the 42 sins that would deny me access to the afterlife. Now, I think it is time I had some fun.
Wait, you're 25? You look a little older than that. I don't know. Yeah, good luck.
Thank you. Thank you, Oracle.
I mean, it wasn't good. You literally tried to kill me, dude. Why should I be friendly with you?
Hello there.
You got a wig.
Oh, I go by Gabriella now. I didn't want to be reminded of that monster every time I heard my own name. After you drove Pluto,
Hell, max it up.
Serpent
Yeah.
came and released me, and that monster got what was coming to him.
Sure.
Don't worry. Nobody did. I'm living with Ulpius on a little vineyard in Umbria. It's even more wonderful than I dreamed it would be. I'm so grateful to you for making sure he's still with us. If you're ever passing through the region, I hope you'll come and visit us.
Another place to get
Try some of
smashed?
our very own wine.
Yeah, another place to get smashed.
Thanks. You too.
Okay.
Hello.
See what I mean about the asses, though? It's like, Jesus Christ, dude. You could bounce a quarter off that thing.
Evening.
It's nice to finally put a face to the name. I'm Ulpius. I understand I have you to thank for sending Galerius to save my life. The way you just showed up out of the blue and stopped me from making a terrible mistake. I'll be forever in your debt.
Uh-huh.
I'm living with Gabriella in Umbria. We finally bought the little vineyard we always dreamed of.
Oh, it's pronounced
a
vineyard.
little while before we know what we're doing, but every day I look at her and this extraordinary new world with all its beauty, and I think, what if I'd given up hope?
Anytime an NPC isn't on screen, they're doing squats.
So we're living each day to the fullest. And we end them all the same way, sitting together on our terrace with a glass of our wine, which the locals say is almost drinkable now, and watching the sunset over the rolling hillside. And I couldn't be happier.
There's this thing called noble rot. You might want to look into that. That makes your wine special.
It really is. You too.
Okay. So did you two get married after you treated his rheumatism with aspirin?
It's so nice to finally meet you. I've heard so much about you.
I wonder if they would say that if I had actually talked to them.
I wanted to thank you personally for getting us out of there.
Mm-hmm.
And for helping Rufus come to terms with himself.
Yep,
he may
okay.
come off a little gruff.
He was closeted.
But once you get past that, he's a lovely fellow. I'm studying to be an architect again, and living with Rufus in a beautiful flat in Rotterdam, just down the river from Nijmegen, where I grew up. Of course, it's improved immensely since I was there last. Gleaming futuristic buildings and clean streets full of educated, accepting people. You natives of the 21st century have no idea how fortunate you are.
What was your real name, Virgil? I wanted to know. You said it would be impronounceable, but if it was just a German name, then I think I could handle it.
If you're ever in the Netherlands, we'd love to
Or
show you
Dutch,
around.
I imagine.
It's the least
Okay,
we could do.
Dutch I would have harder time with than German. Dutch is weird.
Nice to meet you.
I could be rude here, but...
I go by Rufus now. New start, new name. Oh, and thanks, by the way, for what you did. Sorry, I'm no good with the mushy stuff. I live with Virgil in Rotterdam, not far from where he grew up. It's very modern. Destroyed in the war, and it rebuilt itself.
Oh god, we had to tell these people about nukes?
Haven't decided what I'm going to do with my life yet. One adjustment at a time. Good to know. Anyway, it was good practice for the new world. Security cameras and smartphones everywhere.
Damn it if it ain't the truth.
Got to stay vigilant. You too. Look us up next time you're in the Netherlands. We're grateful.
Okay. You're just staring at me now. Yeah, see, look at these. Better shoes to go with, like, a dress.
Hello.
But, what are those? Okay. Sprinting. Apparently I'm not wearing a shirt. Or maybe just like a tank top or something, because I can see up like up to my shoulders. Okay, if I go left, I can get to the private member wing these exhibitions in the reception hall. But if I go right, I can get to the private member wing, these exhibitions, and the private reception hall. Should I go to the private reception hall or the private reception hall? Also, those signs are both wrong. There's not a right either of these ways. And they... What is this? The Arc of Triumph? What is it called in Francais? Looks like it's just here. Only way smaller. Oh, Owl's not going to let me go around.
There you are. I hope you enjoyed that. Now, there's one more person I wanted to introduce you to. I think you know her.
It's going to be Proserpina.
Sorry if I frightened you. Just a little joke I've been saving for a long, long time.
Wait, who are you? Don't matter. What's some what? Right? Of course you do.
Former goddess of the cycle of life and renewal. And now, a regular mortal. I wanted to meet you in person. And thank you for freeing all these people. And me. I hate to think what would have happened to us without your intervention.
What became of Karen?
Oh, she inherited dominion over the Underworld. Last time we spoke, she was working on a new world of some kind. She wouldn't say what it was. But I'd be surprised if you don't run into her again. I imagine we all will. One day.
Oh no, she's inventing hell! Yeah, this is I'm gonna guess this is like a sweater dress.
I don't know what happened to him. I haven't heard from him. And I rather hope it stays that way. I did. I may have given up my immortality, but I still retain my gifts.
What, your
as the
magic?
goddess of the cycle of life and renewal. After witnessing Pluto punish countless poor souls over thousands of years, I knew this generation, the final
Are you
wave,
still
would not
magic?
survive. So I tried to give them a way to buy more time. A second chance. Rather, as many second chances as they needed to avoid his wrath.
But it wouldn't work after me and Owl fucked up, because we were the last two. So really, you should have started this about 500 coins ago.
Indeed. Suffice it to say that while Pluto was controlling the eyes and ears of each golden statue, I was able to control their tongues, and whisper to you when he was distracted. I am sorry my messages were so cryptic. There were only ever brief windows in which I could speak to you without being detected.
Yeah. Fair enough. Cool.
And you. Although it feels like I've known you forever. Oh, and one last thing. Do you remember all those golden statues scattered throughout the city?
Yeah? What about the peeled ones? Like, where's Navia at? We didn't see Navia yet.
Good. Because they remember you. Well done, my friend.
Everybody applauses!
The underworld in return,
Oh, we get a statue.
came close to achieving what you did. Hercules, Orpheus, Theseus, and Aeneas would be proud.
Now, where's Navia at? And here's the Stargate music. Yeah, we never learned what happened to Navia. Maybe we would if I had done something different. Okay, so that was the Forgotten City. This is a fun game. It's pretty small. It does what it wants to do. It works hard on making sure all of its pieces works together. I quite enjoyed it. I'm not surprised this started out as something like a Skyrim mod, and maybe I'll have to play the mod someday. I've installed the mod many times. I have never played the mod. But this game was pretty damn good. It basically accomplished everything it set out to do, which is very rare in a video game. So, you enjoyed watching it more than you would have enjoyed playing it. Well, if you are so interested. There's probably more to do. I'm interested in playing the game again, although probably on my own. Actually, I would say certainly on my own. In order to, like, see what a gun would do. Like, could I shoot Hades? Is a gun a weapon that Hades could conceive of? I know in the game Hades, you can kill Hades with a gun. Although that's like a machine gun, and you have more than 8 shots. Or 6 shots, or however many. And it was like a gun from the future, or whatever. Is Kaz still here? Kaz, where'd the gun come from? Who was the lore behind? I know one of the guns said it was Satan's gun. And like, you would get a different gun from different time periods. But I definitely remember one of them being Satan's gun. Exegriff. The Rail of Adamant. Yeah. But it's just a gun, right? So you think I could kill Hades with a... Well, if it had 6 shots, it would have to be a 45. So this should probably be a 1911. Which would make sense, because if it was a special agent, then my 1911 would probably be fitted with a suppressor. So we had 45 subsonic rounds. Get the job done. So I'm interested in that. I'm interested in knowing what knowing your history would do. And of course, there's just different routes I haven't taken yet. I haven't shot Persephone yet, because I managed to talk Hades out of it. So maybe if you shoot Persephone, you can do that ending faster without having to save everybody. Although, no, you have to save everybody to get the Greek tablet, because you have to get into the... Actually, wait. If Horatius is the one who locked Dooley into the cage, maybe if you kill Horatius, you can loot the key off his body? Yeah, lots of Ultima stuff and Heroes of Might and Magic. They did this kind of stuff all the time, where the gods were aliens. Yeah, so this game is pretty cool. I'm not going to let the entire credit. Wait a second. Can I console command this game? We hope you enjoyed The Forgotten City. We'd love you to make this game even better. Sure. Yeah, I can recommend this game to everybody still here. Although my viewership dropped off a lot after the White Hallway, which is good. That means maybe some of those people will buy this game. I got it on GOG for really cheap. This is a budget game, so you won't be breaking the bank to play it. Short, sweet, and to the point. I like a game like that. So that's going to be it for now. Thanks everybody for joining. I'm going to plug the Discord again, even though there's not a lot of people here, because everybody left the White Hallway segment. But I'll link the Discord again anyways. So thanks for joining, everybody. It's going to be it for now. Good night.